So she finished. Now the Queens got to the semi-finals. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us listen to them. Starting from Honorable Ernest Nogbe, MP for Ashaiman. He's the parliamentary, he's the chairman of the Parliamentary Sports Committee. Let us listen to Mr. Nogbe.
Ernest
Nogbe, member of Parliament for Ashaiman.
Thank you.
Let's listen to him.
That if we pay attention to sports, especially football, this whole subject of unemployment that all of us are talking about, we will be able to reduce it by some 70%. Because in the football ecosystem, almost every professional is needed there. Right from the driver to the horticulturist, to the cleaner, to medical doctor, to the pharmacist, to the engineer, to everybody is needed in that area. And so if we pay attention and we develop the infrastructure and we do like other nations are doing, I believe that we can use football in particular to solve unemployment in our country. And so let me end once again by congratulating them and urge them on that the whole of Ghana is behind them. We are going to pray for them. We are going to support them. My prayer is that by close of day for the master at 7 p.m., Ghana would have emerged victorious against the host nation.
Thank you.
This is the first time I'm hearing from Mr. Ernest Nogbe with regards to what the Queens are doing in Morocco. When the Black Stars were going to play Chad, he mobilized his whole caucus, in fact, his group, his committee, to go to the Black Stars camp to interrupt training session to go and visit the Black Stars. Ask Mr. Nogbe how many times he has even communicated to the team in Morocco. But today, yeah, he has a voice to talk. He can speak. Congratulating them. How much work did he put in for people to even know that, oh, the Queens are participating in a tournament in Morocco? When the sports minister was chasing money from the finance ministry, and how much work did the select committee do? Nathan, next person, Mr. Agbenyo. He's the MP for Guam. Fred Kwesi Agbenyo.
Morocco,
playing. That if we pay attention to sports, especially football.
Okay. Hold on. Let me give you that one.
Mr. Fred Agbenyo, MP for Guam.
Is that not? Sorry, you mean
Fred Agbenyo?
Fred Agbenyo.
Yes.
Who did I play?
MP for Guam. You played Nesnogbe, the chairman.
Okay. I don't think because it's the same thing that's here. I don't think we have.
Okay, you don't have Agbenyo. Okay,
but let's move on.
No problem. So play me MP for Biakoye, Jane Marie Formadi. Yes, MP for Biakoye.
Thank you.
Play her for me.
I stopped watching football, but watching them play made me feel very proud. I have congratulated them and also played with all Ghanaians to pray with them. We should all support them. The government should support them. Everybody, in fact, we should go on our knees and pray with them. They have to go to the finals and bring the trophy home. That's what we are wishing for them. Women are making us proud everywhere. Even in Parliament here, women are making us proud. And I pray and plead that the astroturf that were done previously, which was washed away by rains, will be fixed because the sports minister has assured us that astroturfs will be fixed. The ones that were washed away by rains, which was done by the previous government, will all be fixed.
You see, Nathan, that is another lady. Another woman, honorable woman, member of parliament, also finally finding her voice after the Queens successfully progressed to the semi-finals. Nathan, there's another one, Lower West Akim MP, Frimpong Owen, another NDC MP. Nathan, let's hear him.
With all the investment in 2016, the Black Queens were in the third place. 2018, they were knocked out in the group stage. 2020, it was cancelled. 2022, they did not even qualify. 2022, they did not even qualify. 2024 at the quarter stage. Now in 2025, we are in the semi-finals. So, Mr. Speaker, the good side is my friends in my constituency were so happy on last Saturday.
Honorable members, please. He started 2016, we were in the third place.
Yes.
So I don't see anything wrong with what is going on.
No, Mr. Speaker, in 2016, we were in the third place. But with all the investment...
Please. Please.
Mr. Speaker,
Please,
with all the investment in 2020, we were knocked in the qualified stage. Mr. Speaker, 2025, we are in the semi-final stage. Now, the good side is my people in the constituency are so happy that last Saturday they won this my betting this thing, and the tax, there was no 10% tax. There was no 10% tax out of what they won.
So that was
Frimpong Owen.
Yes. Okay. So Ray,
Lower West Akim MP. No, that's
Lower
not
West.
West. Is it what? Is it?
No, I wanted to correct
Did you hear
something.
the MP? Did you hear him?
I heard the MP.
Did you hear him?
I heard the MP.
Did you see the realms he delved into? 10% tax and things. Nathan, did you hear?
It's a boys for drink water, so into it drink water.
Nathan, let's continue. But there was a mix-up.
Okay, so we have to correct. So the first voice we played was actually Honorable Fred Agbenyo.
Correct.
So we are now going to listen to Chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports,
Mr.
Honorable Ernest Nogbe, MP
for Ashaiman. Thank you.
And he's an accountant too, I'm told.
So let's listen to Mr. Nogbe.
Okay, hold on. Chairman is here. Okay, so now let's listen to Mr. Ernest Nogbe.
I rise today in my capacity as the chairman for the Youth and Sports Committee of the Parliament of Ghana to extend a heartfelt congratulations to our national women's football team, the illustrious Black Queens of Ghana, for their outstanding and hard-fought victory over a well-determined Algerian women's national team in the ongoing Women's African Cup of Nations far away in Morocco. With this triumph, the team has successfully advanced to the semi-final stage of the competition where they will take on the host nation, Morocco. Mr. Speaker, this achievement is not a sporting milestone. It is a celebration of Ghanaian resilience, unity, and excellence. The Black Queens have consistently demonstrated commendable resilience, focus, and commitment throughout the tournament. They have indeed represented the nation with dignity and strength on and off the field. At a time when our younger generation seeks inspiration and leadership, the Black Queens have stood tall as an embodiment of what can be accomplished through hard work, teamwork, and belief in oneself. The team's success is a powerful reminder that the future of Ghanaian sport is bright and that our women athletes continue to make us proud on the global stage.
So that was Honorable Ernest Nogbe.
My question still stands. Honorable Ernest Nogbe, as chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports, Nathan, when the girls were struggling and suffering in Morocco, looking for money, what did he do? How much support did he give the girls, even in terms of even motivation, or even speaking to them? Ask him. Mr. Nogbe and his group, we saw them when Black Stars were playing against Chad. They interrupted training for close to 15 minutes. So Tuado and his boys couldn't train because Parliamentary Select Committee on Sport had come. Mr. Nogbe was leading them. Ask him if he has seen the Black Queens training camp. He has seen Björn before. Ask him if he has seen him before. But he's there on Parliament. Yes, he's waxing lyrical, praising them, praise and worship. Nathan, finally, give me minority side. Mr. Vincent Esefua. Yes, he too has been speaking. Let's listen to him.
Beyond the celebration of this victory lies a story of resilience, long-term investment and sustained commitment, particularly in the often underappreciated area of women's football. While recent support must be acknowledged, this achievement is undeniably built on the foundation laid by the previous New Patriotic Party's government, which took deliberate steps to reposition women's sport as a national priority. It was under the leadership of the NPP that we witnessed the revamping of the Women's Premier League through structured funding and logistical backing. It was again under the leadership of the New Patriotic Party that we witnessed the construction of the many astroturfs and sports infrastructure across the country, providing modern and accessible training facilities. It was under the leadership of the NPP that we witnessed the development of female-focused football policy frameworks through the Ghana Football Association, supported and encouraged by a government that believed in gender equity in sports, and targeted capacity building programs for coaches and female sports professionals to ensure quality growth from the grassroots to the national level. Mr. Speaker, these investments were not headlines. They were real, strategic, and visionary. Today, the fruits of that legacy are being harvested, and not by any single administration, but by the nation as a whole. Let this moment remind us that national sporting success is not achieved through rhetoric or occasion-based praise. It comes through consistent, non-partisan commitment to funding, infrastructure, and talent development, especially for our women.
Nathan. Nathan, who is that?
That's Vincent Ekwesifa.
Otafu.
Yes.
You see, Nathan, when I tell you that...
Sporty FM.
Ray, there's something I don't get. I don't understand.
When I tell you politicians should be careful the way they play in the sports space, the way they try to politicize sports, they should be careful. That the way they try to score political points with sports, they must be very careful. You see, Nathan, I listen to all the MPs, minority side, majority side. Mm-hmm. All of them are excited. All of them want to take glory for everything that has happened. But Nathan, not a single one of them has been part of the struggle up to this point. All of them have been distant. NPP and they've all been distant. Mm-hmm. Apart from the main actors, the sports minister and possibly the people delegated from the sports ministry.
And the GFA.
And the GFA, of course. Of course, the GFA will definitely be there.
With the team.
You see, Nathan, they've all been distant, but all of them want to be celebrating. All of them are waxing lyrical. All of them are saying all sorts of things. But you see, Nathan, the most dangerous comment in all of this is Vincent Esefua, who tries to give credit to the MPP. Indeed, Nathan. Indeed. Who give MPP credit? Who give his political party credit for helping our ladies? I remember some 480 ladies during COVID. I think Justin Kodia was NYA boss at that time. Mm-hmm. They gave them some 500 cedis for close to 6 months for them to take hold body. Mm-hmm. Because at that time we're not playing football.
Yes.
During COVID.
Yes.
I remember some financial contributions were made. Mm-hmm. We'll give them credit for that. Okay. And again, we'll give them credit. Because it was during their tenure that we qualified for the AFCON. No problem. Absolutely. We'll give them credit for it. But you see, Nathan, when it comes to sports, others labor, others share the glory. It based on which political parties in power. Yeah. But you cannot say that.
Almost like their disco anthem.
Yes. You cannot say that emphatically that it is because of your actions that we are where we are. Everybody put in a shift. Nathan, Mr. Esefua must know that it was under his government, that Nora Hutla came to this country to coach the Black Queens. And his sports minister, Mustafa Yusuf, told the Ghana Football Association that if they were going to employ an expatriate coach, they were not going to pay. These are matters of fact. They should go and ask the FA. Mm-hmm. So the FA had to foot the bill of Nora Hutla single-handedly. They paid the coach. So if he's there talking about they're doing everything possible for the Queens to...
they didn't pay Nora
They didn't even pay the coach. His government did not pay the coach. Okay? He's saying that, we saw a revamp of the Women's League. Nathan. Did the government find Malta Guinness as sponsor for the Women's Premier League?
It was the FA's own sweat.
Nathan.
We bash the FA for a lot of things. Yes. But when it comes to the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League, there's no way.
The FA has been neck deep in making sure women's football has reached this level. Yeah. To the extent of paying Nora Hutla. When Nora asked for salary increment after qualifying for AFCON, the FA went back to the ministry. The ministry refused to pay. And that was why Nora left.
Yeah. And we couldn't find $40,000 to organize
for them to go and play friendlies. Yes. Nathan, this is the same government. So maybe Mr. Asifua doesn't know this one. Maybe he's not aware.
Sporty.
And as we speak today, the situation is almost the same. Coach Bjorke Green, Kim Lass, Kofi Kim. Do you know that the FA is still paying Kofi Kim? The FA is paying Kofi Kim. When we went to this tournament in Morocco, when Honorable Atufosi never released the funding for the team, when he didn't release the funding for the team, it was the FA, or it is still the FA, that has had to hold the fort, managing all the finances regarding this team. Okay? All the people shouting today, singing praises for the Queens today, ask them if they pushed anybody to make sure funding and logistical support is released for the Queens. Ask them if all of them did anything like that. When the minister was having sleepless nights, making phone calls, calling on people for support. Where were all of them? Where were they? You see, yesterday on the floor of Parliament, you see, I didn't hear the minister speak. Because the minister knows the real state of affairs. Do you know, as we speak today, the girls are still waiting for money. For qualification bonuses and all. The girls are still waiting for money.
I won't be surprised. Look at how long it took.
The girls are still waiting for money.
them to get all the previous money.
And nobody is putting in a word, but everybody wants to celebrate glory. Nobody is even asking how the girls are making it, how the girls are keeping up. But everybody wants to celebrate glory. So we become glory hunters. So you want to take the glory and give it to your political party. You want to take the glory and give it to your political party. This is not how we do sports. This is not how it is done. So Mr. Sifa, you see, he went on a very dangerous tangent. He could have just congratulated the Queens and left. By telling us that we are here because of the foundations his party built. I'm telling you that these Queens, if we talk about a team that was deprived by his government, it is the Black Queens. They did everything possible to make sure the Black Stars were fine.
And they didn't even qualify for the AFCON.
They didn't even qualify for AFCON. But these ladies, even their coach, Nora Hutler, $2,000 increment, government said they won't pay. They said if they were going to employ an expatriate coach, they were not going to pay. And they didn't pay. Till date, it is the FA, the Ghana Football Association, that pays the coach of the Black Queens. Is the Black Queens the property of the FA?
Nope.
Should they be responsible for paying coaches?
Nope.
But that is the state of affairs. That is the state of play. Okay, Nathan? So you see, when politicians are not part of the struggle, but quickly want to give praises to their political parties and their whatever, Nathan, it's annoying. And that's why I'm saying they should stay away from our sports. They can watch and not pass comments. They can watch and not pass comments, especially when they are not part of the struggle. Especially when they don't know what the girls go through. The parliamentarians sitting there. Do they know our girls traveled for 9 hours by bus? Do they know? They don't know. To go to camp, they traveled from Pennsylvania for 9 hours to get to Uja.
The MPs don't know.
But they want to take glory. People want to take glory for what they did not invest in. Nathan, they should stop it. They should stop it. The girls are playing against Morocco today. Inshallah, they'll do their best. They'll do their best to get to the final.
That's why they say for Shegeisms, they should even just win the trophy.
I just want them to win the trophy. Because winning this trophy will be the watershed moment for us. This is, it is the arrival of that trophy into this country that will trigger a whole shift in how we see women's football. Up until now, everybody thinks women's football is not important. That is why the minister would have to go and be begging for funds for the Black Queens.
Yeah.
But when it's the Black Stars, he doesn't have to beg. So if the Queens are able to deliver this trophy, it will be the game changer for how we see women's football in this country. And I'm praying. You see, Nathan, I'm just hoping that something happens, something miraculous happens, so that these Queens can lay hands on that trophy. Even if they don't,
yeah.
By virtue of the fact that they've even reached this state, they've made a case for those behind them.
Yeah.
They've made a strong case. And for those people who are singing the praises, I am hoping that they will now start championing an agenda for the reformation of women's football in Ghana. And Nathan, a lot of women's football clubs here, if they tell you what their players have to go through,
bro,
if club owners tell you that they even have to buy sanitary parts for their players.
Bro, I said 2 years ago, I told you 2 years ago, one of the clubs that's no longer in the league, an official of that club reached out to me and asked if when I was at my old place, asked if we could do a fundraising drive for them.
Yes.
Think about it too. A club that was playing in the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League is now out of the league, by the way.
Yeah.
An official of the club reached out to me if I could get my bosses to do a fundraising drive for them.
Yeah. You see, Nathan, they are heavily under-resourced.
Yes.
So when the girls, out of their hard work, out of their determination, and through the efforts of the Ghana Football Association, and Nathan, the GFA, let's give them their flowers. You see, we passed the GFA for all the wrong things.
Rightly so.
But when they lift the level, when they lift the standard, we must praise them, we must give them their flowers. Yeah. It is because of the GFA that we have a Black Queens function. Mm-hmm. It is because of the GFA that the Black Queens are currently in Morocco doing what they are doing. Yeah. It is a GFA.
Because when they brought in Nora Hutla, as you said, the state didn't want to pay.
No.
So the FA had to push and push and push and push and push. And when they finally got beyond the FA and they wanted help from the state to get $40,000 to organize friendlies, they said no, there was no money.
Didn't have money. Okay.
In the midst of all of that, Nora had to leave. How much more did she ask for? $2,000
extra. And she went to Zambia.
And then she went to Zambia.
And then went to bring Kofi Kim. Kofi Kim also. Obviously, the time he came in, transition, Kofi Adams had just come into office. So I'm sure, I hear there are talks for a restructuring post the tournament.
Yeah.
Moving forward, how the coach will be catered for and everything, how they'll make payments for coaches, bonuses for national teams and all, especially with regards to the women. All of those things will be streamlined properly. So, according to reports that I've had, the sports minister is hoping that they can take full responsibility of the Queens. But Nathan, it has been the FA from day one. It has been the GFA. Okay? So nobody should sit down and be taking unnecessary praises. You see, taking praises where they didn't invest. Nathan, if you come and tell me, oh, it was during my tenure that the Queens qualified for AFCON, yes, but how much effort did you put in?
How much did you put in?
How much did you put in there? The only thing I knew was some 500 cities that they shared to the girls during COVID. Only that. Me, that's the only thing I know. I don't know if that is the investment that revamped the Women's Premier League. But you see, Mr. Sifwa should be careful. You see, if I say the things I know, if I say the things I want to say later,
all right,
so take us to privileges committee. So I'll leave it here. I'll leave it here. But the parliamentarians should be careful.
7:40 or 20 to 8. All right, let's talk about the wider WAFCON. Right, later I'll open the phone lines. But today's semi-final day in the WAFCON. Ghana takes on Morocco at 7. Right, but the very first game on the menu is that very exciting one between South Africa and Nigeria. Some have called it Amapiano versus Afrobeat. I don't even know where that one came from, but yeah, it all adds to the spice. It adds to the subplot and it adds to the story. Let's go to the South African camp and let's speak with Mbali Sigidi, who's a super sport presenter in South Africa. Mbali, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us once again.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm up here in Afrobeat. Yeah, we know this. Whoa, we know the battle of the music, but oh my goodness, we are taking this battle to the field once again, and I cannot tell you how nervous I am about the semi-final match, because you know what? As much as I think everybody believes in their country, right? Yeah. Everybody's hoping their country will do well, but you know, I've been saying that I've been so worried about Banyana in this tournament, because for me, they haven't been as convincing for me as I expect them to be. And I sometimes I feel like they get away with lucky moments, you know, and I think that quarterfinal game, we knew it's not going to be easy, especially like I said to you the last time when we spoke, that height with Senegal, you know, the pace, the physicality, we were going to have to find a way around all of that. And so you saw how difficult it was for us already, to the point of penalties. And of course, Andile, Zamini, saving the day, but also just the penalty takers, so calm, so collected, so composed. You could see that probably they practice penalties. But for me, this game should have ended in 90 minutes. So I'm very, very nervous against Nigeria, considering that they are coming into the semi-final bursting with confidence, after beating Zambia. And remember, guys, I said Zambia. I put my name on the chopping block. Chopping block for Zambia.
In Bali, you did actually. You did say the Zambians they were gonna go through, but no, it didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. It didn't happen. Anyway, let's stay with South Africa. So even though they have not impressed that much, they are here, last for playing for a ticket to get to the final. Can this team turn it round today? Is today when the team finally wakes up and plays out a performance of their lives? We saw the Nigerians, they also had a similar story, but against Zambia, they turned the heat up and scored 5. Can Bayana play to that level today? Do you think it's in them to find a performance today and put all doubters to bed?
Look, one thing about football is that sometimes you can have the best tactics on the day. You can have the best game plan. You can put your best players on the field. It'll always come down to who wants it more and the hunger. And I think, if anything, that PSG and Chelsea game, which I mentioned last time in the Club World Cup, showed us that sometimes you can look like the best team on paper, but it comes down to who shows up on the day and who really utilizes their chances better, who really utilizes their tactics well, and all of that. There's so many factors around, but for me, it just really comes down to that hunger and that belief. So Nigeria, you look at all 4 teams in the semi-final. If I'm not mistaken, Nigeria is the only team that hasn't conceded yet. So that, for me, speaks volumes of that defense. And that already says there's a lot of responsibility that's going to be put on the shoulders of the attacking line. So how Coach Desiree Ellis really puts together her attacking line, who she's going to put. Is she going to go with the lone striker? Is she going to go with the front 3? Is she going to go with the false 9? Is she going to go with the 2? Where is she going to strengthen? You know what I mean? Is she going to strengthen and beef up the midfield? Is she looking to control there? For me, there's all these questions because Nigeria is very strong physically as well. We saw with that game against Zambia. I was even shocked because I thought, based on what happened in 2022, that it's going to be a hard-fought victory for either team. But I never thought that would be like a 5-0 demolition where they wouldn't even at least get a goal in. For me, that was the most disappointing thing from the Zambian side we saw. But for Banyana, I believe they can do it. They did it in 2022. When you play against Nigeria, you don't need motivation. It's motivation enough, because they are the best team in Africa. They are the 9-time champions. They haven't won since 2018. So they are also hungry and looking to regain their crown. So for me, I think Desiree Ellis has to put a very, very strong attacking line, a very, very solid. The defenders have been good. So I've been happy with the defenders. Ramalepe, in the quarterfinals, I know South Africans were criticizing her a lot for some of her selfish plays. But I think Desiree Ellis, at some point, she's using certain players out of position. So I'm not quite sure that if this game goes into extra time, if she's got a game plan to manage Nigeria. Because I felt like against Senegal, there was a point where it looked like she had no idea as to how is she going to dismantle this team. We can't afford to go into another penalty shootout.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Imbali, just hold the line for me. Let me go to the green corner and speak with Cecilia Omorogbe. She's a Nigerian sports journalist in Morocco covering the WAFCON. Cecilia, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Great stuff. So I'm sure you've listened to Imbali. She says, look, South Africans don't need motivation to play Nigeria. The game itself is enough motivation. But from the perspective of the Super Falcons, how do you think they'll view this game? Because they played out a wonderful quarterfinal against Zambia. Now they are taking on the defending champions. Is it another day when the Super Falcons remind everybody of their quality, or this will be a far tougher test than a lot of people think it will be?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tougher test because the Zambia game, most of us didn't expect that, well, should I use the word resounding or ridiculous scoreline? I mean, we expected a fight from the Zambians, but somehow the highlighted football they played, leaving three defenders at the back, just didn't favor them at all. But this is going to be a tougher text because we've seen the South African team, a more compact team, a team that have been together for a while. Yes, there's always transition. You know, every year you have new players coming in, some strikers coming in, and you really don't know who you're going to kind of, you know, hold on to when you're trying to prevent them from scoring, because you have seven different players that have scored so far. Yes, Nigeria has got 6 also. But then the South African team more compact, the tenacity, you can see it, the hunger, you can see it coming into the tournament. They have more and better preparations compared to Nigeria. But when it comes to the Super Falcons of Nigeria, you never can tell what they will bring to the party. I mean, they surprised everyone against Zambia. Yes, the players had the confidence they were going to win the game. But that 5 goal was the surprise of it all. Against South Africa, yes, it's a tougher test. Why? Because they are obviously they're defending champions, and we've seen what the Israelis have done over the years. You know, bringing in these players together. No matter how much they're facing off the field, she tried to maintain a team that will remain focused. And also, that's what the Super Falcons are doing, remaining focused against all odds, everything going around them. I mean, we've mentioned the fact that the hotels is staying, you don't have gym, you don't have swimming pool. I think same thing applies to South Africa. So you've not had an ideal situation for both teams. But these teams have been able to, you know, shut down the noise around them and just strictly focus on the mission. South Africa wanted to become the first team after Nigeria to win a back-to-back African Women's Cup of Nations Championship. Nigeria, of course, seeking a 10th title and trying to reclaim the title they lost in 2022. So there's a whole lot at stake for these two teams. But then for Nigeria, facing South Africa is always like a derby. You know, there's always this rivalry between them. And Nigerians will tell you there is no rivalry because you look at the results over the years. You have 15-4, you know, for South Africa. So when you look at that, kind of how do I put it? There's just this gap. There's gap between Nigeria and the Super Bowl and Nigeria and South Africa because in the numbers of years they face, Nigeria has always come at the top. Just recently, go back to 2022 at the group stage when Nigeria lost to South Africa. Then go back to I think 2018 or 2016, 2018, you know. And also, you know, had lost to South Africa. No, these are just the time. And just take a look at the Olympics. What happened? I mean, Nigeria, you know, taking the Olympic tickets ahead of South Africa. So these rivalry, they we call rivalry, Nigeria always come out on top, apart from the recent games I mentioned earlier. So overall, I think already the focus, that confidence in them that it's not South Africa, we always beat them. It's just there. They see South Africa and they think they're thinking about it's victory because they feel that this is a team they can always get the better of.
Great stuff. Samuel Amadu is also joined us. Samuel is also a Nigerian sports journalist in Morocco. Sam, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Good to be part of the show and a wonderful morning to everyone too.
All right, Sam, just your thoughts on the Super Falcons. It's been a very interesting journey for them, ups and downs. They are here in the semis. Just your own assessment of what you've seen of the team from day one up until now.
Yeah, well, realistically, I think if I would probably be repeating almost everything that Sisi has spoken about, I think she's here, she's seen the progression as well. But on another hand, I think we must be conscious of the fact that there's a lot at stake. The girls are looking condemned to potentially avoid creating a forgettable history that the country has never lost a back-to-back AFCON, and definitely it won't be something they would want to happen in their own time. And besides that, the majority of them were also part of the 2022 set that failed to beat South Africa, and some of them also were involved in the Aisha Buhari Cup that lost in a very embarrassing manner to South Africa, 4-2 result in Lagos in 2021. So, and I think as much as even the team hasn't gotten its sneakers of a setback, I think they managed to possibly got one over South Africa in the Olympic qualifiers, just as Sisi mentioned. So I think it's now a turnaround. We have a local coach now, and a local coach who, under his watch and every implement was involved with the setup. They've also managed to get over South Africa in those occasions. So I think this time around, I don't think anything will change. It's definitely how they've come through. The team has managed, the coaches have managed to rotate the squad, ensuring that, yes, they manage the game pretty well, not knowing that, yes, the girls may get wear out at every given game. But they've managed from the opening game, you've seen the set of players they've used. Going into the third game, you've seen a different set of setup as well. And now against Zambia, that was even when you see that we only started the tournament with somewhat a very solid lineup that could dismantle anything. So we are expecting that, yes, with the performance against Zambia, we could potentially have something similar. That same dreadful firepower, that same emerging force that's definitely everything will be dreadful about. I think this is what approach I'm expecting, because there are quite a number of players who also were rested in the game against Zambia. That definitely everyone will have anticipated that would give Zambians a lot of problems. But the coaches deliberately put them on the bench, brought fresh faces that even Zambia never saw before. So the good thing about the Nigerian team is we have a lot of options. We can afford to put some set of players on the bench and start another who would also still give you the very good result. And that's why even within the players, they know for a fact that even if you don't get to play, with the little minutes you get, you must make the best of it. And this is it, the competition, the energy, the excitement. In a squad of 24, in the group stage, you already have 21 players who have kicked the ball already. So it tells you a lot that this is a very, very quality team with depth and with character. So I expect to see so much fight against South Africa, and sincerely, it will be a historic one, because since 2014, we haven't beaten South Africa over 2 goals, and surely this would be another opportunity to really get a very resounding victory over South Africa, not making it look like the 5-0 victory over Zambia was a fail.
Interesting. In Bali, I guess listening to your Nigerian counterparts, right, that should pump South Africa up, shouldn't it? All this history talk of, South Africa's inferior record against Nigeria, the fact that they haven't beaten Nigeria a lot of times, the Nigerians want to set the record straight and all. In Bali, I guess Bayana needs to find inspiration from that, right? Desiree Ellis, even herself as a coach in her playing days, her history with Nigeria, that should be enough to pump them up, shouldn't it? Or they will need to find extra motivation to try and win today's game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think going back to the article I was reading, leading up to the Nigeria and Zambia game, and I don't know, someone in camp or one of the journalists took a quote and they were saying that this game against Zambia is really for everyone else for Nigeria to remind everyone else that this is why they are the 9-time champions, and they felt a little bit disrespected by Zambia. So they literally went out there with the point to prove. And I feel like also with South Africa, yes, there's that history, yes, there's that superior record against us, but they've also got that point to prove, because you are going to play against the defending champions. And like it or not, when it's South Africa and Nigeria, it's a big game, because these are African powerhouses when it comes to football. I think that in our previous conversation, I did say that so much was going against Banyana going into camp, because there were so many issues around the team outside of football. The fact that when they got to Morocco, they were protesting because they were not paid since March, and then their sponsor of 16 years cut ties with them. And there was just all these issues, and players who are retiring, and players who pulled out of the tournament, and all these things that were surrounding them. And it was really about Coach Desiree Ellis working more on the mental aspect of this tournament. And I did say that leading up to the quarterfinal, for me, the biggest thing is how Coach Desiree Ellis really instills a mental fortitude in this team, because the quality is there, but she needs to be able to shut out the noise and really work on the mental aspect and the belief of this team, because there was just so much around the team going into Morocco that can easily distract them. So I think that the team, the quality is there. The youngsters, they're coming in, they're slotting in, the quality is there. I think for me, it's just going to come down to belief. It's not like Nigeria shouldn't raise the standard and the bar coming to play against us, because they know what we are also capable of. So I don't think that they're also just going to walk in there thinking we've got it. The same way with us, we can't walk in there and saying, we beat them in 2022. It means nothing, because this is the same team that prevented us from going to the Olympics, and we know the history. So it's gonna be a game where you cannot allow a lapse in concentration. You have to be super focused for the entire 90 minutes. You've got to be running. You've got to be, when you lose the ball, go and recover, go and attack, go and defend. You've got to be a very versatile player, because I think it's just going to be a game of grit. It's going to be a physical game. But above all, for me, it's just going to come down to who wants it more. Great.
Guys, before I let everybody go, let me take predictions. I love asking people for predictions. Imbali, would you want to go first? The other time, you didn't get the Zambia one right, but don't worry. Today is a new day.
South Africa.
1-0 to South Africa.
1-0. It's not going to be a high-scoring game. 1-0.
I see. We'll see how it plays out. Cecilia, do you want to give us a prediction?
I think it's going to be hard, but I think the game won't go into penalties. I think Super Focus want to see this through in 90 minutes. I think 2-0. I'll go for a 2-0. Clean sheet, 9 goals scored so far, so want to maintain that all through the tournament.
So 2-0 to Nigeria. I see. Sam, your turn. Do you want to give us a prediction?
Yeah, I think I follow suit with Sisi. That's also the same scoreline on my mind.
2-0 Nigeria. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Game is at 4 p.m. Ghana time. But thank you so much, Samuel Amadou. Thank you so much, Cecilia Omorogbe. Thank you so much, Imbali Sigidi. We'll speak again soon after the semi-final. No matter which way the result turns, we'll all gather here to review that semi-final. Whether Amapiano wins or Afrobeats wins, we'll be back here to discuss that semi-final. But
we are meeting Morocco in the final.
You're meeting Morocco in the final. Well, wait to be surprised. Wait till you see Ghana in that final. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy the day, enjoy the game, and we'll speak again soon.
Bye.
All right. Thank you so much. That was I had a full house on the Zoom today. So Imbali Sigidi joined us. She's a presenter with Super Sport. Cecilia Omorogbe works with Channels. She's in Morocco covering the WAFCON. And Samuel Amadou is a Nigerian sports journalist, also in Morocco covering the WAFCON. What is it?
I wanted to interview the South African.
But you were here. Why didn't you say anything? Next time you do the interview.
I didn't know you were wrapping up.
Next time you do the interview.
Because I wanted to say a few things.
No problem. So next time you do the interview.
And they bring her back.
Oh, we can bring her back. That's not a problem.
Yes, only her.
You want only in Bali?
Yes, only.
We'll bring her back.
Okay.
I even try and get her number for you.
Oh, no, I want to do Zoom.
You just want to do Zoom?
I want to do Zoom.
No problem. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
Once I'm here, you don't get problem.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But Nathan, it's going to be an interesting game. Very, very interesting.
Nigeria, South Africa.
I think that the countries involved have said a lot, but if I look at both teams at the tournament so far, I think that the Nigerians are really up for this one. In terms of quality in their team, in terms of the hunger, the determination, in terms of motivation. Nathan, if I tell you how far the Nigerians have gone in terms of motivating their players, how all our standing bonuses were cleared, how a clear plan was mapped up in terms of how much they were going to get at every level of progression, you'll be shocked. The Nigerians have really prepared.
Wow.
The South Africans prior to the tournament were chasing Safa for bonuses.
Yeah, it's true. I remember in March.
Yeah, even to the thing that they threatened boycotting their games.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and their sponsor Sasso walked away.
Yes. So Nathan, the Nigerians are in a very good place. And across all fronts. quality, tactical ability, coaching, financial motivation, intrinsic motivation. Nathan, they are far ahead. I don't see how the South Africans will go past them today. I don't see it happening. But, well, Chelsea beat PSG these days. The underdogs seem to find a way to deliver. But I think it's a game that the Nigerians could win easily because of the firepower they carry up front. Nathan, that attack, regardless of who comes in, they are a well-drilled side. The cohesion, the telepathy, the understanding, how they understand the coach's instructions and deliver on the field of play. It's going to be a long afternoon for the South Africans.
You think it will be tough?
The Nigerians are chasing Mission X.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember Nora brought Mission Volta. Mission Volta for the Black Queens. Oh, but I won't be surprised if at the end of today it's a Nigeria-Ghana final.
Hey!
I wouldn't be surprised. Be surprised.
You won't be
surprised. As for the Ghana part, Nathan, we'll come to Ghana, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about Ghana.
I know it will be difficult. You see?
Because, Charlie, we are going against...
Today we'll play Osibisa for the women.
We are because we are going against the host country.
Nathan.
The crowd.
Everything will be against us.
This is Sporty
Even
FM.
The quality of the Moroccan team, we know, is slightly ahead of us. Okay? And that's why I'm saying that sometimes the football gods just have to disrupt the flow. You know, so typical match day, everything that has to go wrong for Morocco just goes wrong. That is what we are hoping for. But we know that.
When we look at the facts, the Moroccan team seem to have themselves together.
You're right.
But you're saying that the football gods can just wake up and say, today,
let us give it to the underdogs. You know, let us give it to Ghana. You know, so, but Nathan, it'll be a good game. It'll be a good day of football for, you know, on the AFCON front, on the WAFCON front. So I wish the women all the best. But I want to see Nigeria in the finals.
We'll see how it goes.
They've still not considered a goal in the tournament.
No. Right. I don't know if today is the day South Africa turn up, but from what I have seen, Charlie, it will be tough.
Right.
It will be tough. Let's go back to Morocco. Abigail Senasosu is joining us, and of course that means that we are switching to the Ghana camp to talk about how they are prepping for today's semi-final, 7 p.m. Ghana time. Ghana v Morocco, or Morocco v Ghana, Morocco the host country. Abigail, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning. How are you doing? How is Rabat?
Good morning. I'm very well.
Wonderful. How is the atmosphere like in camp ahead of the biggest game the Black Queens are going to play in a while? They've been on a journey. This is their latest stop. They take on the hosts tonight in that game against Rabat. How is the atmosphere like in camp? How is the vibe like in camp? What are the players saying?
Well, it's been rather a quiet one. They've decided to just keep their cool, maintain that posture, be focused, and rather look to do the talking or do the action on the pitch. Remember, we are used to that 10,000 seater in Bekan. And here we are going to a pitch that is double the size of the RS Bekan Stadium, over 21,000. And so it needs a lot more focus, a lot more attention. The girls need to have their heads and their posture right to be able to go into this game. So yesterday, after that training, they just headed into their bus, got to their hotel, and it's been rather on a quiet side. We were not literally allowed to speak to them, I think, from the last 2 days. So we are just hoping that they get the results. We also get through to them, and then they will be able to tell us more how they've been feeling about all of this. But it's been a rather calm atmosphere as they get into the game later today.
When in the build-up to this, I remember we spoke just after the high points of Saturday, the shootout win against Algeria and all. How much of a weight or how much of a burden is on these players? Do they feel the heat? Do they feel the pressure of living up to expectation, hoping to make a WAFCON final for the first time in ages? Or for the players, they'll take whatever it is that comes. They'll take it one game at a time or they are not bothered by the occasion, as they go out to play the semi-finals today?
Listen, I was listening to the earlier part of the conversation when we had the South Africans and the Nigerians
yes.
And we all literally in the studio, Raymond and yourself alluded to the fact that let's give the FA a pat on the back for at least what they've done before this competition. And I feel that if the Queens, together with Kim Lasbrook, can sit back and assess what they've done from February up until now and realize the fact that Morocco were literally the first country they had to play in that friendly. But for the fact that there were no fans around, and today that will be the only difference. They should be able to not be too bothered that at least they've had a feel of this team and they kept their own until 89 minutes when just a moment of focus or distraction resulted in conceding in that friendly. So it should be some notes they will quickly want to revise and tell themselves that, okay, we will be able to play, but this will need extra focus because that 12th man will be in the stands to make the noise and throw all the lasers they can find on us. So we need to be very, very, very attentive. And I think that some of these things have played in the favor of the Queens. Every other day, there's a different level of energy we see. They unravel a certain new wave for us to see. In that game against Mali, we thought they were going to go in all jittery, trying so hard to get results on all of that. But they played a fairly good game, and they knew where they made the mistakes. Came back in that final game against Tanzania and showed us something different we hadn't seen. 4 goals. After that Malawi friendly, we've not really seen them dish out such number of goals. They came back and they did that. Against Algeria, we're all worried that if this composed side travels with us to the very end in this game, how are we going to survive? I think I saw a rather spirited Queens go through 120 minutes, go through penalties when we were all hands in the air, looking to who was going to really save the day. And Cynthia Findip showed up. She has conceded 4 goals. So she was not really the last person you would think will be able to help us or get us through that penalty shooter. So I feel that as they have done in the last 4 games, this 5th game, I'm ready to see another side of the Queens. And I'm just hoping it gets positive as we also go into the tournament. Their growth in the tournament has been phenomenal. Their body language, that cohesion, that understanding, that love we see amongst them, it's very, very beautiful. And you see how Kim has managed this girl. For me, I would also want to commend him for that. He literally sits with them, preps them for some of these presses, always want to know their thoughts on things and others. And I think it has gone a long way for almost all of them to say they have confidence in him, that he's done some good job with them for them to get to understand him that much. So I will not say they are worried. They are not too bothered, but I think that they still have their heads in the game. They know what it means. And for me, I am ready to see another side of this Black Queens.
If they will get a result today, how can the Queens get that result? What are their strong points, and how can those strong points bother the Moroccans tonight in that game in Rabat?
The only thing the Queens will have that remains very positive will be their mentality. And they know this is the host nation. Don't expect all those 50-50 advantages to always go your way. It might not happen.
Okay.
There's that fun in the stands, ready to cheer till the very end. They've had a full house from the beginning of the tournament. Unlike we in Berkane, where we had a half-filled stadium because the whole of Morocco was against Algeria and they were in there to support us. We've not really had that full house from the beginning of the competition. So I feel that on the pitch, they can be strong as much as they can, but they need to have that strong mentality. The frustration will start from the blast of the whistle, but it depends on how we'll be able to hold our own, keep that composure, not be too vocal for the referee to have any reason to dish out cards to maybe unsettle some of our girls or get them to quail. At least we've seen that in the first game when Joyce Godua had that yellow card. Almost immediately, all her runs were cut. She rather quailed, and I think that was how the tournament didn't really go well for her. So I feel that mentally, if we are able to hold these people at least the first 45 minutes, we should be able to go through. I know that in the last edition, these 3 that are in the semi-finals were there, and so they know how to play the semi-finals. We have taken the place of Zambia. The irony, the very manager who left us for the same Zambia, we have taken their place in the last 4. So it wouldn't be too easy for us. These Moroccans know that the last time they played in the semi-finals, they had to win through the penalties. They have not had a feel of that yet. We have had a feel of that. So clearly, there are some advantages that will come to the Black Queens, but greatly, if we're able to have that mental toughness, it will help. They were able to break down Senegal and Mali with all of those tactics and all of that. I don't think we should give ourselves to them or be the said West African country to allow them to play on our minds and then go ahead and win the game. We need that mental toughness a lot more today than the tactics.
Interesting stuff. It will be an interesting game. You mentioned the crowd, the lasers, possibly a few refereeing decisions
very possible for host nation.
Yeah.
It's very possible. But even away from host nation, we had some horrible officiating in that Algerian game, So it could happen. We just have to have that at the back of our mind that some of these things might come to play. But it depends on how just tough we are and be able to hold our own. It's another test for the Queens. Then for me, I'm really hoping they'll be able to show up and tell us a different story. They have different stories right from South Africa to Mali to Tanzania to Algeria. You see that there's just something different. And I'm really looking for a very positive difference today.
Great stuff. So in terms of, the Queens and their journey and their stories so far, getting to a final and winning ultimately is the big thing, agreed. But Abigail, assuming that doesn't happen, how much do you think of an impression the Queens have made with their journey so far? Or you think that to maybe reinforce the story, they need to maybe do the almost unthinkable and get to the final past Morocco?
Before I get to that question, I do remember my last for when we were talking about the money.
Yeah, you were saying that this team you said they'll win.
But remember the 4 that I mentioned.
I'm trying to remember the 4 teams.
They're literally here.
Yes. You did say Nigeria would be here. You said South Africa would be here. You said Morocco would be here. It's true. And then you said Ghana would be here. That's true.
Well, so
Prophetess Abigail.
Yeah. So for the few of us that kept the faith, it will be the icing on the cake for us to see that the Queens are going there for that $1 billion. Come on. So it will be good to see us in the final. But when we were getting into this competition, I feel that the highest level a lot of Ghanaians gave the Queens was to get to the quarters. I didn't think that 70-60% of Ghanaians thought they'll get into the semi-final, but it will not be the end for the Queens if they don't get into the final, but it will be the new path will be chartering that path to that complete rebuilding, that path that will tell us that if we really want to get this, let's maintain the manager, allow him to make mistakes, get things right, and build on what we have now. It will be very, very, very good to see the Black Queens in the final. We don't care whoever is coming. We are even very lucky that of all of these 3 semi-finalists, we have played them at different levels. South Africa in the group stage, Morocco in friendly, and Nigeria also in friendly. So we have had a feel of them at different stages getting into this competition. So whoever gets to meet us in the final, it will clearly be time for redemption. They all beat us. So we are not really bothered about that, not knowing them totally. But it will be great for the Queens to be there. But to be in the last 4, even now, it is a big testament that if we really want to invest in these Queens, believe in them and help them like we have done, building up into this tournament, greater things can happen. These are very young players. 20 of them have not seen this before and get into the semi-finals. And I think that they will deserve a pat on the back. But if they get it to the final, all glory to God.
Great stuff. Abigail, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll get in touch again before kickoff. So just kickoff is what, 7 p.m. Ghana time, right?
Yeah, 8 p.m. local time.
8 p.m. Morocco. All right, Abigail, thank you so much. We'll speak again. Enjoy the day.
But keep my top 4 prediction.
No problem. As for the prediction is here. It's already.
You pay me.
You will discuss that away from the public eye. Abigail, thank you so much. Enjoy the day. Best wishes to the Queens.
Thank you so much.
All right, that was Abigail Senasusu joining us from Morocco. She's in Rabat now for the semi-final. It's Morocco v Ghana, 7 p.m. Ghana time, a date with destiny. If you go to our Facebook page, you find videos from the Black Queens camp there, and all. They are getting ready for this game. We'll see how it goes. The Queens, we didn't think they could get here, just looking at everything that had happened, but now they are here. They are in the last 4. They are playing for a place in the final, and they are taking on the host nation to do so. 18 minutes after 8. This is the Sporty Breakfast, live on Sporty FM. Send me a WhatsApp message. What are your expectations of the Black Queens? And what do you make of all the things that the MPs were saying? The MPs who were quiet. Yeah. And now the MPs, oh yeah, the Black Queens. 054-257-1061. We'll take some calls in a bit. We'll see if we can get some more thoughts on the Queens. But let's hear from the head coach of the Black Queens, Kimlas Bjorgren, speaking ahead of tonight's encounter. It's Ghana versus Morocco in the semi-final of the Women's AFCON. Game is going to be played in Rabat, but ahead of that game, Kimlas Bjorgren had a few thoughts to share.
It's going to be a tough game, of course. Maybe the toughest game that is possible in this tournament. A strong team, and of course in their home country with all the fans that supporting them. But in the same time, I'm just talking for myself. It's the game to play as well, or for me to coach. So I'm really looking forward to this game, and it's going to be a good memory. Hopefully, I know the team very well. One thing for me as a coach is that I'm a hardworking coach. It means that I watch everything I can find when it comes to opponent, because I like to have control. In the end of the day, I'm not the one that playing the games, but I at least for myself want to have the control, and I want to give, together with my staff, the players, the most realistic game plan that we can have, both when it comes to the opponent's like strength and weaknesses, but also to match them up with our skills. Of course, it's going to be a tough away game for us in the front of a lot of people. But I also know with experience, it will help you if you have a good day as a home country. But I also know it can be the opposite. I know how quiet it can be, even if it's 21,000 or whatever it will be. I know when it's quiet and you have scored a goal, the boost that they will give us will be huge. So you can change how you want to think about the situation as well. You can take care of the movement, and I'm hopeful that we will do that.
So that was Black Queens head coach Kimlas Bjorgren speaking there. Wow, it's Ray, a part of me is excited, a part of me is slightly worried.
Yes. Oh, Nathan, we must be worried. You see, you know, I've seen this Moroccan team, and so far in this competition, they've scored 10 goals.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you look at the distribution of the 10 goals, 4 of the goals have come from Gislan Chebak, who plays for Badalona in Spain. Okay. Very good player. Then 3 of the goals have come from Bitsam Raidi, who plays for Al Ahly. in Saudi Arabia. Okay.
Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Okay. Ivan Toney's team.
Yes. Al Ahly.
Okay.
Yeah, Ivan Toney. Yeah, so the women's.
Okay. Yeah.
And then 2 of those goals have come from Rabet, Yasmin Rabet, who plays for Valencia. Nathan, now pay attention to the 2 strikers. One plays for Barcelona in Spain, one plays for Valencia, and the one plays for Al Ahly. These are the tormentors in chief. And in defense, they have the hijab wearing defender.
Yeah, I've seen
yes, very experienced. You've seen it. So you see, me, I'm worried for our team. Because the last time they met our group opponents, Mali, they beat them well. 3-1. They can concede, but they can score a lot. Okay, so they don't have a backline that's not breachable.
Yeah.
Okay, but they score a lot.
Yeah. They just score more than you. You can score them, yes, but
so
score more than
the question is, our defenders, can they be able to hold their own against Chepak and Raidi and the likes? That's my problem. That's my challenge going into this game. But we wish them. That's what I'm saying. That you see, there are games that you see when I listen to Senna said we pray that. No, she said if we qualify, we thank God. That's what she said. I think she said something. She brought in a God factor.
Yeah.
Meaning that everybody knows, even the players know.
Yeah. They know that it's a very tough game.
Yes, this game will be tough. But like I said, because of how I want the Queens to embarrass people in this country, I'm just hoping that everything that has to go wrong for the Moroccans just goes wrong.
Okay.
So that they can sneak into the finals. Otherwise, Charlie Nathan, this game, the Queens can easily take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's not true. They won't take 10. let me go to the line quickly and speak with Rosalind Amusa Bedita at Daily Graphic and a senior sports journalist. Rosalind, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm very well, thank you, and you're good self.
Yes, we are fine. Thank you so much. It's been a journey for the Queens. I remember before the competition, we spoke and all of that. 3, 4, 5 games later, they are here contesting a semi-final against the host country. What should the Black Queens do tonight? Because we know what they are up against. The crowd, the team, all other factors. What should the Queens do tonight if they will succeed against the Moroccans?
Listen, my heart tells me Black Queens can't do it. Objectively, and as a sports journalist who has followed this game for a very long time, I think that this may just be the not the end of the road, but they may not go beyond this level. And I'm sure many Ghanaians will say that I'm not patriotic. I think that sometimes we need to be realistic in analyzing our team. Comparatively, the Moroccans are a more cohesive side. They've been together since 2022. You look at the Black Queens, and we are still work in progress. We are literally playing through this tournament. To create the picture, it's like you have an injury, but you can't stop. You need to, go through the pain so you get to the end of your destination. And it's exactly what the Black Queens have done. And I'm sure they have exceeded the expectations of many people who gave them no dog's chance to even get to this point. What should they do? They should go and play their game. They shouldn't go and crumple because they are going to play against 15 people. 15 people, the 11 and 13 people, the 11 players, the fans, and then probably the referee. Unfortunately, they don't also have a very good record play coming up against home sides when it comes to the semi-finals. Of the 6 semi-finals that they have played, they've lost 2 to home teams. I remember South Africa 2000, and then also I think Cameroon 2016. And so they would always come. It's not like they will crumple, but for me, I think that they should always make sure that they don't lose. Against South Africa, we all saw the bias of the referee, and they lost that game 1-0. In Cameroon, Yaoundé, they also played very well, so almost the injury time when a momentary loss of concentration caused them, and they lost that also 1-0. But listen, I always have a conversation with some of the coaches, and they say that, look, if you are playing against the host nation, unless probably you are Nigeria, that you are spoiled for choice, that you have a pool of talent that nobody can easily dismiss, you should you should be measured in your expectation, because, I mean, for the optics, even the organizers would want the host team to progress to the final, because it means that the final will have good attendance and all that. But beyond those ones that we will always discuss off the table, I think that player for player and talent-wise, the Queens, I mean, can match the Moroccans. Unfortunately, they have not been well prepared. They are not well drilled. I mean, during their preparation, I think that King Las's first assignment when he took over the Black Queens was to go and play an international friendly against Morocco. They played them till the 90th or so injury time, when the Moroccans scored by 1-0. And when they realized the opposition that Ghana had given them, they decided that they were not going to play the second game. And so these are some of the dynamics. But for me, I mean, objectively, I think that we should be measured, and it will be a tough game. I don't want them to go crumpling like we saw the Zambians against Nigeria, but I think that they can be proud of whatever they achieve, whether they win or they lose this game.
Just finally, Rosalie, you did say that, I mean, irrespective of whatever happens, the Queens have done their bit. What do you think they should take away from this competition, irrespective of whatever happens, whether they win or finish third or fourth or finish second, whatever? What do you think should be the biggest thing the Queens should take away, and maybe the biggest thing Ghana should take away from this as a country following the participation of the Black Queens in this competition? Because whatever happens, they are either going to finish first, second, third, or fourth.
Yeah, so they went to Morocco with a mission to redeem their thinking image on the continent. And I think that they have a mission accomplished for them. So they should be proud of what they have been able to achieve. And the takeaway is that, look, they are not as finished or as dead as many of us have seen or thought they were. With a little bit of self-motivation and determination, they can do it. The talent is there. All they need is the encouragement and the support and the consistency, because we've seen that in the last 3 or 4 years, there have been coaches in and out of the Queens, and that has been one of the banes for them. They are never consistent so far as technical direction is concerned, and so it affects them. As a nation, Nathan, yesterday I listened in to the submission from the only lady who called you, Nanama.
Yes,
and
yes.
I was just smiling to myself. I have been doing this since 1998, when we went to Abeokuta and won silver and qualified for the first World Cup. Yesterday, I was trying to retrieve my first review and my report that I submitted to the ministry then in 1999 on what the way forward will be. I mean, some of the things, we've seen the likes of South Africa, we've seen the likes of Morocco, we've seen the likes of Cameroon, we've seen the likes of Zambia do, and they have all progressed and benefited from it. As a country, we need to make a decision. Do we want to do women's football at that level? Do we want to see them and place them apart or just behind the Black Stars as they should be? Because it is only in Ghana that our senior female national team do not enjoy almost the same benefits as the Black Stars. We are not comparing, we are not competing, but I think that we should give them their due. You look at the frustrations that they have to go through every time there is a competition. It's like we are more like the stepchildren of the nation. And so if your mother is not at the marriage and your father is a runaway father, your father is barely at home, it means that you cannot survive. And largely the preparation and everything has been on the shoulders of the FA. And I think that kudos to the FA for what they have done to ensure that we've gotten this far. But as a country, we need to know, I mean, issues that have been there since 1997, 98, and we are talking about 30 years, and we are still talking about those issues. I mean, why do we do that? And the countries that are doing it right are succeeding. We may not have the money to go and get the flamboyant or experienced coaches or world-class coaches like the Moroccans have done. But at least we can take a cue from South Africa. South Africa has been consistent. They've provided the support and all that the realist requires to be able to thrive and succeed. And she's done that. We cannot forever rely on foreign coaches. Even Nigeria, who have the resources comparatively, they have abandoned the idea of going for more foreign coaches, and they are using Justin Madugu, and he is delivering. So these are some of the things. And then corporate Ghana. I mean, we should come together. What does it take to sponsor a national team like the Black Queens? Our expenditure is not as big as we have for the Black Stars and all that. And so for me, I think that these are some of the things that we need to do, because this is what we have. We cannot wait and fold our hands into our laps and only wait when they are doing well and they start shining. We want to now be associated with them. Even in associating with them, what do we do for them? Listen, I mean, if you can recollect, when last did the Black Queens go out on a tournament, won silver, and came back, and they were feted? They were received by a corporate institution and said that, oh, just to celebrate and acknowledge what you did. Beyond maybe the supporters union going to the airport to meet them, what else have we done? I don't want to also draw into the politics, but I think that we have mother figures who are in leadership positions who can, just in appreciation of what they have done, call them together, sit down with them, have a chit chat with them, celebrate them, even if it's a lunch in your private home. We should do it and let the girls also feel that, look, people are aware or following what we are doing, and so we will also be able to do more. But if we do not do it, I have decided not to complain anymore, because people thought I have always been nagging for the Black Queens. And so I just decided that, look, whatever it is, I mean, we will take it. But the girls are fighting for themselves, because this is football and this is all they do for themselves and also for a living. And so whether they get the support or not, the self-motivation, the pride that they, because it's named first before it becomes country. And so that is why they have thrived and they continue to do what they do. But sometimes it is very frustrating that you know that your country can do better, but they are not doing it. And others who did not have the talent that you have done those right things, and now they are on top and above you. And anytime you go, it's like you need to go and justify whether you are competent or capable or not. Meanwhile, you have the talent and you have the food. All you need is that self-belief and confidence from your country and support. And they are not getting that enough.
Rosalind, thank you. Thank you so much. We'll speak when the deed is done after the Black Queens play. Fingers crossed they should qualify.
Yes, please, you are going to ask. I thought you were going to talk about Nigeria, South Africa.
Okay, just you want to share a quick thought on that before I move on to my other guest?
We all know the outcome of that match even before the match is played.
But Nigeria wins, right?
Of course. I mean, South Africa, it's not to take anything away from Nigeria that it's culture. South Africa, even though have played and won 3-1 and 3-0 in 2 games, I think that the South Africa we saw in 2022 are not the same South Africa we are seeing at this competition. And that Nigerians have just picked in right time to get it. I mean, once they are in the semi-final, unless they press the self-destruct button, there is no way South Africa can beat them. I mean, player for player quality. So let's say that it's going to be, my objectively, is going to be a Morocco-Nigeria final. Ghana and South Africa will play for 3rd place, and we'll beat South Africa for the bronze. Thank you.
I like that. Rosalind, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll speak again soon. That was Rosalind Amu, senior journalist and sub-editor at Daily Graphic. Let me get to the line quickly and speak with Gifty Ayu Asari. She's a former Black Queens player and she's joined us. Gifty, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning. Welcome to the Sporty Breakfast on Sporty FM.
Yes, good morning, and thank you for having me today.
Great stuff there. First question, what are your impressions of the Black Queens? They've gone through a very difficult tournament, but they are here. Semi-final, they take on Morocco today. What have you made of their journey so far?
Okay, so kudos to the team. I mean, the girls have really done well so far. Looking at how they've built themselves from the ex-coach to this current coach, I feel like the girls have really improved themselves. Individually, they are doing great. And so far, with the tournament that they are playing right now, I must say I'm really impressed with their performance, like their enthusiasm, and also the team spirit is also keeping them. And I feel like we probably happen this time around, and I think the girls are doing great.
Great. Tonight they play Morocco, host country. There's pressure from the crowd. Great. There's pressure from the crowd and all. Morocco, host country. What can they do? What can they do? What can they do to qualify to the final?
Okay, so I feel like if they are able to stick with the coach's tactics and also the system, if the girls are going to play just like how they play with the Algerians, I feel like they might be able to win, because I don't see the Morocco team being better than us. We equally have like good players, quality players, well experienced players that can match them, and it all boils down to they playing according to the coach's tactics and also playing as a team. And I wouldn't be surprised if we beat Morocco. I wouldn't be surprised at all, because looking at the game that they played against Algeria, they were really massive, and I was really impressed with that. So they should stick with the coach's tactics. They should play as a team, and we will win. I do believe we will win.
All right. Finally, Gifty, there are lots of you who, a lot of people don't know that you played for the Black Queens. Which year did you play for the Black Queens? I'm sure you featured in the WAFCON too, right?
Okay, so yeah, I have the chance. I actually get chance to be called most times, but because of school, I was not able to come home to represent. But in 2018, yeah, that was when I came, and then I joined the team at Pram for a period of 2 months. And when we were about to play for the AFCON that was held in Ghana, I had a knee injury, so I was not really in the final cut.
Okay.
I was not really in the final cut, and because of the injury. But then, yeah, that was the exact year I had the chance to join them. But then I joined. I played for the U17, had the call out for the U20 back then when I was in school. So it's all because of school. But I only had the chance in 2018 to join the Black Queens at the camp.
Okay, wonderful. Gifty, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure we'll speak again soon. We'll send your best wishes to the team as they play Morocco tonight in the semis.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I wish them all the best. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for speaking with us, Gifty Ayu Asari, ex-national team player. Was part of the larger team for the 2018 WAFCON. As she said, any injury ruled her out of the competition. She's also sharing her thoughts on the Black Queens. Raymond Yamado, what is your problem?
So she didn't play for the Black Queens. She didn't play for the Black Queens.
She said she didn't make the cut.
She played, but she didn't play.
No, take your time.
Just to understand.
She's not a former Black Queens player.
I said yes. So I said a former national team player.
She's not a former national.
Because she played U17, U20.
Yeah, so she's not a former Black Queens.
She said she didn't make the cut for the 2018 WAFCON hosted here.
I just wanted to clear the air on that.
No problem. So she has.
So she played for under 17.
Yes.
But she didn't play for the national, the Black Queens.
She was called up. She didn't play in the tournament.
I knew it because when I looked at the Black Queens players, I didn't find her inside. But she spoke well. She speaks well. See, I didn't know we have a lot of players who can express themselves like this.
I don't even understand.
I couldn't make it.
I can't believe you. I really cannot believe you right now. Emmanuel Ayamga and Angela Mensah. Angela, let me take your thoughts. We haven't heard from you all through the competition.
Angela too didn't make it to the Black Queens.
Yes,
she went to Pram Pram for 3 years.
No, I wasn't playing football. I wasn't playing football growing up. I was playing netball, so there's a different.
So you were forced into the Queen's squad.
I didn't play Black Queens, did I?
No, you couldn't make it.
Let's leave it as that.
This one you're wearing yellow jersey like the boy they play.
I'm being patriotic. Today
why?
I'm being patriotic. I know patriotic. I know happy Ghana is in the same
the way she entered the studio with her jersey, I thought, she's featured before.
Lord.
So does it mean
anytime you wear a Black Stars jersey, I'll ask you the same question.
When you see Fly wearing an Ajax, did he play for Ajax?
Exactly.
Fly is the official photographer, videographer for Ajax. Official. But Nathan, I mean, interesting conversation you had there. It's nice that a lot of people see the Black Queens and they're impressed with what they've done so far. A bit of luck in there, yes. A bit of determination from the girls, resilience from the girls, mental toughness from the girls. I'm hoping that we can see a bit of more of that tonight, and we'll see how far they can go. But we wish them well. Those are my final words on the Queens. We wish them well. We hope that they defy the odds. We hope that they defy the odds because tonight, Nathan, let's pray.
I thought you said you wanted the Queens to win.
No, I want them to win. You see, Nathan, I want them to make a point. I want them to go to the finals, make a point, catch Nigeria, beat them. But you see, Morocco. Well, we'll pray for them. They said we should pray for the team.
And so we'll pray for them.
So we'll pray.
I think the team have grown throughout the competition. Their first game, they lost to South Africa, drawing with Mali, and then beating Tanzania. Bit by bit, they are getting there. As usual, I wouldn't say as usual, but then Ghana is a team that picks up as the tournament progresses, and then I have seen that in the game against Morocco today. My only concern, Nathan, is officiating.
Oh,
that's my only concern.
Why is that your concern?
Because you've seen the Moroccans, they've had the same referees twice in their 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, I think they had the same referee handling, was it 2 of their group games? Or
exactly. So, I'm hoping the referee will be free, fair, not being biased. that is my only headache. Seriously, if she allows the games to flow, play according to the pace, I think Ghana will come out victorious. That's my only concern.
Yeah, you're positive the Queens can take down Morocco.
And when it goes into penalty shootouts, I am impressed with their penalty shootouts against Algeria. The Queens were calm, they were composed, everybody scored their goals. So that's my only concern, seriously. Officiating. Even the game against Algeria, officiating was pretty bad. But then we're putting that behind us, and then we are going to the semis for the first time, I think, in 9 years. So let's pray the officials, they do their work diligently.
Nathan, I'm not happy with this comment.
Why?
No, you see, Nathan. No.
Why?
Morocco's opponents, and they said 2 group games. They don't have reason to complain about officiating.
We don't know for a fact.
No, Nathan, I know for a fact. We watch the game.
Were you there?
Were you there when they complained?
Are you in Morocco?
Nathan, I'm saying that. You see, for a referee to reach the point of officiating in the semi-finals, it means that at the tournament, she's one of the top referees. And referee Suavis Iratunga from Burundi.
Referee Seratunga.
No,
Iratunga
from Burundi. Very experienced referee. Her credibility in the women's game. Nathan, she's been officiating from CAF Women's Champions League. She's a very experienced referee. She knows her job. So for my dear sister to accuse the referee of possibly...
I am not accusing the referee.
No. She hasn't accused the referee. she's concerned about officiating.
Neta. No.
That's what she said.
You see, you must be concerned when the referee has a history. You see, so when certain referees are mentioned on the local scene in Ghana, you know that this referee.
Like who?
Oh, you see, no, Neta.
When they mention certain names,
you know that. But Iratunga, Artisan Bong Vomo from Cameroon, Bangurang Bona, another linesman from Burundi.
Such names.
You see, these are experienced referees on the African continent. Okay? And in the women's game, these are the referees we look forward to. Officiating games. You see, Ghanaians should rest assured. Iratunga will do a clean game.
Yes. Raymond.
If you can play, you can play. You should be worried about the fans, because I remember Timo Werner. You say you couldn't hear anything. Therefore, you should be worried about the fans. But as for the referee, clean.
Raymond.
But you see, do you know this referee? Okay, I think finals she may not be able to officiate in the finals, but for her to have reached this stage, Neta, champion referee.
Okay, Raymond, one question. Were you impressed with the officiating in the Algerian game?
That's why that referee is not here.
So it should tell you that lapses can happen when officiating. Lapses do happen.
No. Iratunga, all these years of experience. Look,
you are sounding like you know the man, the lady personally.
Iratunga has 17 years of experience.
I feel like the woman lives next door.
Exactly.
Iratunga has 17 years experience under her belt as a match official. Today you see the game.
Okay, you see, Ray, based on that experience, I get your point. That's why she's been given the nod to handle a semi-final. But the point is, when Angela says that...
Okay. Don't worry. We are good.
when Angela asks, or when Angela says, Charlie, she hopes the officiating is fair. I also get her point.
You people should relax. You're supposed to relax. You see, even before the game, you people are shouting referee. When this referee, as we know her,
Iratunga,
Suavis Iratunga from Burundi.
Talking about referees. How many people remember? Emmanuel, do you remember? Referee Yanis Ikazwe. Do you know Yanis Ikazwe? You know Yanis Ikazwe? The referee at the match before. Who ended the match at 85 minutes.
I remember.
Before regulation time.
You see, so you people should be concerned about your team. How your team will perform. Leave Iratunga alone. Iratunga.
Unless Iratunga gives us a reason to come back and criticize her performance.
Absolutely.
You watch a game. Iratunga is a seasoned professional. Oh, no more. With Colina. This is Africa's Colina.
You say he's saying that with a smirk on his face.
I don't want to talk about the referee. I just want to talk about the game itself. And I think Morocco are huge favorites against the Black Queens. They have probably a better team. Also probably a more experienced team when it comes to the WAFCON itself, because they've been consistent in the WAFCON for a while now. While we were very consistent in the early stages of the tournament. I mean, we made 3 finals in the first 8 years of the WAFCON. Since 2006, we've not made a final. So it tells you how we've regressed on the continent as the years have gone by. For countries like Morocco, they've rather improved, which is good for them, and it shows in the kind of results that they've had. They've actually I actually think that for the 4 teams now in the semi-finals currently, Ghana are probably the least strongest among the 4. We are and even now at Zambia, who are out. I think those were the teams that I was thinking were a bit, behind in terms of the pecking order and the ranking of favorites for the tournament. But for me, I think the Black Queens they've exceeded expectations at this point where they've reached. Nobody expected, not many people. If I say nobody, probably there were a few people who wanted them to be there. But I think there were very few people who thought they could make it this far. But then also when you go to tournaments like this, you have to make good use of the route that you get. And I think we've been very, very lucky with the route that we've had in this tournament thus far. Mm-hmm. Going through the group stage and then being given that, like getting to the position where we're having a match where we needed to beat just Tanzania to qualify for the quarterfinals. And I think Tanzania were a team that we could beat. And fortunately, we beat them. Now, going to Algeria, who had not conceded a goal, the Queen showed a lot of character, grinding out that result, going to penalties, and then Cynthia Conlan saving 2 of them to get us the win. On the game against Morocco, like I said, I think we are not favourites, but I don't think we will lose by a huge margin. You know, when Kim played his first game against Morocco, we lost. It was 1-0, but it was by a fine margin. I was here with Abigail for that game for commentary, and we lost with the last kick of the game. And that was Kim's first game. Yeah. So between then and now, there's been like 5 months now, and I think he's learned his lessons. Of course, I'm not saying we've become better than them. They are still better than us. But if you look at the players that we have, we've added a couple of quality players who, when the going gets tough, they're able to stand out and, you know, come into their own and hold off the pressure. Chantel Hloka, so she has surprised a lot of people, including myself. I didn't think that, you know, we've had this problem. It's not just even with Ghana. Problem where we bring in players who were born outside, who were born in Europe. They come into our national teams, and they're not able to, you know, adapt to the culture of the team and adapt to the style of the team. But she has come in and she's at home. She's playing probably her best football ever that she's played, even when you compare it to her club career as well. So I think it's good for the Black Queens that we have players like that coming in. And then there's also Josephine Cherewa, who was born in Germany, has played all her life in Germany in the Women's Bundesliga in Germany, and she's not even a left back. But I like the fact that most of them, when they are asked to play out of position, they are able to adapt. Because before the tournament, we had not played even the 3-back before. Yeah. But then we go into our first game, and then Kim Lasbioko going opts to play a 3-back position formation, and the players adapt and they are playing it. Comfortable and naturally a right back, being asked to play at right wing back, and she's doing it. She's proving herself, although she's not really had any experience playing even abroad because she's a local based player. So I think these are players. Individually, we have players who have the character, but collectively, that's where I have a problem. Because this team, my major, and I've said it here several times, my major concern is for this team is when they go down. When they go down, they do not seem to have the character to come back from a go down. And I don't know, but I just feel like this might be the game where we will go down, because when we went down against South Africa, we also saw what happened. They just collapsed in the first 20 to 30 minutes, and they couldn't recover. By the time they recovered, they were already 2 goals down. And although they had a better second half, they couldn't get any of the goals back, and so they lost that game by 2-0. Then we go into the game against Mali. We scored first, they equalized, and then it was downhill from there. We couldn't really recover from that. And then we go into the game against Tanzania, which was the game that I thought turned everything around for the Black Queens, because they conceded first, they scored, conceded, and then the second half they gave us a very good performance. Okay. Now this is where I end my submission. I don't think we've had a game in this tournament. We've played 4 games. We've not had any game where the Black Queens went into the game and played a good game for 90 minutes. It's always been they're always them picking their moments, either playing a poor first half and then recovering to play a good second half. You look at the game against South Africa, poor first half, second half they were good, but they couldn't get a goal. The game against Mali, first half they were a bit good in the first 15 minutes, scored, and then it went down. Second half they came back and they had a strong second half, but they couldn't get a goal. And then against Tanzania, mixed first half, second half very good, and then they scored 3 more goals to win the game by 4-1. So I am just thinking, probably we should be able to start games on the front foot. And maybe it's coming against the wrong opponent, because of course Morocco are hosts. They'll have the supporters on their side. Probably the referee too, because obviously when you are playing host, 50-50 decisions.
With what he just said, he just drew my mind towards something. Looking at our trajectory, you'd say we are always playing better in the second half than the first half. Is it like something we've adapted to, like a norm? Even with the senior national team, our second halves are always better than our first half.
But I think if you want to beat Morocco, who are hosts, you need to start strongly and end strongly. Then you come to the fact. I don't want to talk about I don't think the referee will be biased. I think if we are good, I don't know. I think if we are good on the day, we will win the game. But we need to be careful. Morocco have had penalties in each of their 4 games.
Exactly.
Penalties in each game. It tells you that it doesn't just mean the referees are biased.
Oh, please.
It also tells you that they have a very good, they have a very sharp attack. You know.
Really?
Oh yeah, they do.
Really?
They do.
They just keep falling in the.
They have a very sharp.
They are hosts.
There's VR in the competition.
They'll be allowed to get away with certain petty things that the other nations wouldn't be allowed to.
Against South Africa, right?
No,
the penalty.
That's a strong opinion.
I don't think
the hosts.
There are
certain decisions to go their way because
personally, I don't think the referee will be biased. I just think that if we are smart about it, we won't be committing so many. But I think our players need to be smart. Against South Africa, we were not smart at all. The penalty that Grace Santua gave away in that game,
it was needless.
It was neat and clumsy. You know, if you go into start tackles, obviously against Morocco, they will give it against you. So we need to be careful and smart. But like I said, they've had 4 penalties in each game that they've played so far in the WAFCON. So it means they have
4 games, 4 penalties.
4 penalties. It means they have a very sharp attack. They have players who are very, very quick in the box, and so we have to be very smart about the way we play. And if we are able to be very smart and convert our chances, I think we'll win. For Kim himself, I think
he's aware.
No, he needs to, but he also needs to be very brave today. You know, in the game against Tanzania, some of the players were not available because of suspension. Doris Bedua, for instance, she's a very good player, reigning Ghana Footballer of the Year, Women's Footballer of the Year, but she's not come to the party in the tournament.
Yeah.
So what do?
You sub her.
And he spoke like he was going to, drop her in the game against the last game that we played in the quarterfinals against Algeria. But he didn't do it, and he played there throughout the 90 minutes and even the additional 30 minutes. So it tells me that probably he's banking his hopes on a player who is badly out of form, by the way. So sometimes
Alice starts.
Alice is injured. I don't know if she'll be fit enough. But if she's
I think she's our playmaker.
No, if she's not fit, I think Princess Manfo came in and then held her own very well in the last game.
Absolutely.
So I see Princess Manfo starting again in this game. If Alice is not able to, recover and be fit in time for the game. But on the wings, I don't think we have a problem. I just want the Black Queens to go there and enjoy themselves. As for the tapping merchants, Raymond has dealt with the ministries that are coming in and sending messages.
Today
they are tapping merchants.
Immortal sent me something and I was like, oh, all of a sudden the parliamentarians are now pushing the agenda.
Political parties too are claiming.
I think it's a Ghanaian thing because yesterday I had a chance to do a vox pop around the area and then most of the people I spoke to were not following the game at the initial stages, but now that we are in the semis, they started following it.
Let me ask you this: why do you think it's so? Why do you think the tournament has started? We are almost at the end, and it is now that people are waking up.
I think it's because it's a women's tournament. People don't really follow it. If you take the women in Ghana out of it, the men don't really follow it unless it gets to its exciting point where you can't be proud and say, oh, my team went to the quarters, it went to the semis, that's why they are following it now. But then I think it's exciting right from the get-go. The Black Queens have shown that, yes, they want something out of this tournament, and then they are doing really well. But in as much as it's happening that way, when Nora was here, you remember our game against Namibia, the stadium was fully packed. Yeah. So I thought from then on, people will start following the Black Queens. But then, I don't know, one way down the lane, it just dropped and then now it's picking up again. So let's see what happens.
I think it has to do with the decline of the team at some point. You know, when Nora was around, when Nora was winning, I think she went like 10 matches without losing.
Unbeaten, yeah.
And even that, at the start of Nora's reign, not a lot of people were keeping an eye.
Yeah.
It was when
they were winning consistently.
When they started winning.
Because I remember the Namibia game, I went to the stadium and it was fully packed. It was like for the first time in a long time.
Ghanaians always want to support their forget whatever they see when the teams are losing.
They are still patriotic.
So I think it coincided with the time where the Black Stars were also falling so badly.
So they can just rally behind.
Exactly. And went to the Black Queens at the time. You see, so but I think whatever happens today, we need to be proud of the Queens.
They've done well.
Exceeded expectations, and getting to the semi-final is a huge feat for them.
Yeah.
Especially for a team that didn't qualify for the last edition. First WAFCON in 7 years. They've not been to the final since 2006.
9 years.
Semi-final in 9.
In 9. So I think it's a huge result for them. And whatever happens today, I'll be proud of them.
Let me read this one. Osborne from Ekuapem Manfi. He says, I wish the Black Queens well. Kudos to the GFA technical team playing body. However, I think you should not see the success as a sign of completion of the work in women's football, but a foundation to build on. In Ghana, we usually see national team success to mortar up the cracks in the system. We did the same with the Black Stars in the 2006 to 2010 era. We can now see the results. Let's learn from our mistakes. Osborne from Ekuapem Manfi with that message. All right, a minute after 9. You know what? Let's take a few calls. Give me a call, 054-257-1061. What do you make of the Black Queens, and do you want to wish them well? What about the MPs who are now jumping on the wagon? All right, let me take this caller. Hello.
Good morning, Yemi.
Good morning, Ima. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. A big shout out to controversial Raymond. Hey, the guy be controversial. Wow. Vanita, you know something?
What is it?
Charlie, every morning you forgive us one line of rap.
Oh, how?
Charlie, I listen you look today. Your song no, you do on Spotify.
Which of my songs?
Have you get songs?
Yes, I've there are about 2 or 3 of them on Spotify. Yes.
Are they on Spotify?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the name?
What's the name as in what?
What's your career name?
That's my name is my name. I don't have a career name. It's my name. That's it. It's Nathan Kwao. Finish.
Nathan Kwao. So we are going to stage. Let's welcome Nathan Kwao.
Oh, you want me to have some wild name?
A rapper.
Isn't Kendrick using his own name?
See, but that one is cute and romantic. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar featuring Nathan Kwao.
Oh man, yes, I'm listening.
This match will be a tough match.
Mm-hmm.
It's Morocco, Charlie. The intimidation will be there, the pressure will be there, but the girls should just stay in the game. You see, they'll be provoked by these North Americans. I know the way they play. You see, and when they get one goal, then we are dead. We'll just be falling down. You know how they play.
I know how they play.
Yeah, so they should just stay in the game. Just stay focused. Don't get into get into tackles anyhow, and take their moment. And for our politicians,
hey,
will be true.
Oh, but you can't say that.
It's only last November. We needed 40,000 girls.
Yeah, $40,000.
Because of that, we lost a coach. 40,000 girls. How much is 40,000 for Ghana? Just friendly matches. Pay 40,000. You are in Parliament talking about we do a foundation. Are you building a story building? You see, some of these things. When you go to the Parliament house, go and talk about any better things. We are there. Oh, we made the way. See, if these black boys were to get out in the British League, do you think this guy will go and stand in Parliament and go to visit? If we're out in the British League, do you think this guy will go and stand there? We put the measure in place. We put the foundation, and the black boys are doing well now. You see, Ghana. If things are going well, that's why you will see people tagging, people writing things. But we needed just 40,000, and the lady requested for like a top half of a salary.
Yes. Yes.
Because of that, the lady went, and then I come to see that it's in our time that the lady starts doing well. We are tired of them. We are tired of them.
Okay, all right. Emmanuel.
I'll go and stream your song. But if you change your name, what's
the meaning of this?
You will play that song this morning.
Which song is this?
I heard that one. That one, you the rapper. That you the rapper, Charlie.
I don't know. Anyway, Emmanuel, thank you for calling.
Yeah, Charlie, have a good morning.
All right, take care then. Take care. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast. Let me take this caller. Hello. Hello. Yes, I'm fine. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
Yes, I'm doing fine. Thank you.
I'm ready for my enter.
Sorry?
From my enter.
Okay, please go ahead.
I'm your side.
Shall we be there inside?
Thank God. Charlie, today game, Charlie, it's a tough game. I'm not gonna lie to you. So you see, the first match from Nigeria, South Africa. It's a tough match, and Ghana wants to reset. But I see Morocco going because Ghana can never beat Morocco because the way Morocco are playing, secondly, they are playing home. So I see them going through.
Okay. Okay.
Sporty FM.
All right. Thank you. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast. Let me take this caller. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Nathan.
Yes, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Annabelle from Makati.
All right. Please go ahead.
Good. Let me talk about the politicians this morning. You see, they are shameless. They are very, very shameless. And as Raymond said, they are glory hunters without effort. They don't invest. They don't want to put any effort. But when the glory starts coming, then they sit in that their comfort place called Parliament. They sit there and they want to take glory. Party A is taking glory. Party B is taking glory. What is wrong with these people? Did they heard when the girls were traveling nine hours on bus? Did they heard when the girls didn't receive any per diem and allowances when they went to Morocco?
The voice of sport.
These people, what are we going to do to these people? You see, you are doing your politics. You are creating looting and sharing on yourself. The small thing you have to give to these girls to prepare them to go and glorify the country, you refuse to do it. Yet, you wait as if you don't hear anything about them. I think you don't know what is going on. No. But when the glory starts coming, then instead of you sitting in Parliament talking about something else that will help the country, then you want to take glory from A and B. Party A and B, you are fighting over yourself. I did this. I lay foundation. This is happening in our time because there is a good change. About Papa. In some what is the meaning of this? Look at the stress these girls went through. Nobody. The guy said some people thought, but nobody, Nathan, nobody thought these girls could get here. Tell me if I'm lying.
No.
How many of us thought when we were ranting during the application and complaining? Where were they? The women, we have a vice president who's a woman. We have women in ministry today based on Mahama's appointment. We have a lot of women in position. Couple day, and I don't want to mention it, they are there. When the victory comes, they will go and post on their timeline that a change has come, good change has come.
But Kafui is a man, not a woman.
No, Kafui Danku, sorry.
I beg you, let's not be name calling here.
No problem. Hold it. But they are there. Women are in power. Women are doing things. They are in positions. None of them even spoke for these girls when they were lacking support for this tournament. Now they are sitting there taking glory in Parliament. Shame on them. They should clear off. They should clear off. We are sick and tired of them. They should leave the football alone. They should leave us. The FA, with all criticism, the women's football, look at the stress they are going through. You couldn't add how much? $2,000 or whatever to Nora Hopkins, a coach of this standard. And the woman left. Now we have somebody is managing whatever they have for him, and you are here taking glory. What will punish them? Nathan, thank you.
All right, thank you. 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast. We'll see if we can get concluding thoughts from Yusuf Basigi, ex-Black Queens coach. He's now coaching in Tanzania. He's coaching Simba Queens. We'll try and see if we can get his thoughts. If not, we'll move on to other things. 054-257-1061. This is the Sporty Breakfast. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. All right, I think we've been joined by former Black Queens coach, former under-20 women's coach, former Hazakers ladies coach, Yusuf Basigi. Coach, good morning. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Coach. Hello. Okay, I don't know if Yusuf Basigi is still on the line. Hello. All right, we'll work the line and see if we can get Yusuf Basigi to speak with us. He's ex-Black Queens coach, Black Princesses coach, Hazakers ladies coach. And if there's somebody who understands women's football, it is Yusuf Basigi. We'll work the line and speak with him. 9:11, time check. A little later, we'll have a conversation with our very good friends from the Trust Sports Emporium. They have a very interesting event happening soon, and we'll get some more info on that. All right, let me get to the line. Let me speak with Yusuf Basigi, ex-Hazakes ladies coach, ex-Black Queens coach, ex-Black Princesses coach, to share his thoughts on the Black Queens. Coach, good morning. Many thanks for joining us on the Sporty Breakfast on Sporty FM.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Please, I'm fine. I'm doing well. And you?
Yes, we are fine. We are fine. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Coach, it's been a very interesting journey for the Black Queens. You spoke before the start of the competition. I remember you shared a few thoughts about what they could do to succeed. And now they are here in the semi-finals. What have you made of their journey? What are your impressions of what they've done so far in the competition?
Thank you very much. I think their journey was a bit tough one. They started slowly. I don't want to say poorly, but they struggled a bit before getting their rhythm. However, I will say that this particular tournament, all the clubs are doing very well. And I'm happy they've gotten this far. Playing against the hosts is not going to be an easy task, because I did it before in 2016. I played against the hosts, Cameroon. The fans alone were so intimidating. And the other ones, no, I may not talk much, but it looks like it was so intimidating playing against the hosts. Stadium filled, the capacity 65,000, and people didn't even get a chance to enter. So you can imagine the atmosphere. But unfortunately, I think during that time, only 2 players were there. Alice Kusi and Oshabuachi were present during that time.
Okay.
But these players, I don't know how they've gotten far with this kind of activity. Therefore, they're expecting a very good game. And then the coach, I know, will psych them very well, so that they put behind them the fans. They should just forget about the crowd. And then their intimidation by a whole lot of noise and all that, and play. After all, it's 11 against 11. That should be their focus. And then their game plan. That should be the main focus. Otherwise, if they get off guard, they'll be in trouble. Because if they give their mind, if they tune their mind a little bit on the fans, on the intimidation atmosphere or intimidating atmosphere, then they'll be in trouble. Because I know what the Arabs can do. But if they are focused on the field and in taking their instructions, they will give them a very good match.
Coach, when you look at the history of this team, 2016 you were with them, 2018 first round exit, they didn't make the next one. COVID cancelled that tournament, and now they are back here. How do you think they should look at their own journey? Should they look at it and say, okay, we've come really far. Whatever happens from this point is a bonus. Or they need to find determination to try and beat Morocco today, despite all the challenges, the home crowd, intimidation, all other factors. How should the Queens think about their own journey up until this point? Should they be happy with what they've done, or they should push themselves to take one big step or one extra big step and make the final?
They should not be content with where they've gotten to, because they've been there before. 2016, that was the last point. Our last stop was 2016, when we got to the semi-finals and Cameroon scored us. Then we placed third against, we played against South Africa and we won. So they should look at going beyond that. That's what I'm saying. Fortunately, in this team, the player who was part of the team is even the captain now. So she should use this even as a moral booster for the players to motivate them, to tell them, look, the last time we got to this far, you were third. we won bronze. This time, let's go for gold, the ultimate.
Finally,
and by going to the ultimate is to win today's game.
Yeah, I see. The ticket.
That is a problem.
Yeah, the ticket to the ultimate is by beating Morocco today. Finally, what would be your own piece of advice or some things you want the head coach to do today? Kim Lasbjørgen, he's taking them through a very tough journey. Started with a loss, got a draw, won. They went through the penalty shootout, and now he's here. What are one or two things he can do to help his team today in a very important but difficult game against the host nation?
To contain them and take them on breaks, because they are a team that hold on to the ball a lot. So you need to contain them in the middle block. If you sit in the lower block, you are in trouble because they can shoot. They are not like the Algerians. The Algerians want to walk the ball into the net. But for the Moroccans, they shoot from afar and near. So you contain them in the middle block, put them in their own half, and make sure you do that for 90 minutes. Because if you don't do that, that will also be another problem, because you need to contain them and push them to their half. Contain them in the middle block and then take them to their defensive third. That one, because at least we have one or two players who can also hit the target. So, and then they should also try shooting as well.
Okay. All right, Coach. Thank you so much for your thoughts. I'm sure we'll speak again after the semi-final, irrespective of the result, and we can talk a bit more about the Black Queens.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. That was Coach Yusuf Basigi, currently coaching Simba Queens in Tanzania, but his ex-Hazakas ladies coach, ex-Black Queens, ex-Black Princesses head coach. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. Let me read this message. This one is from Destiny in Adidome. It says, I pray the Queens win to celebrate my birthday, and you are commending us on the good work we are doing. Thank you so much. Thank you. We really appreciate the fact that you take time out to listen to us on the Sporty Breakfast. (9:20). This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can send me a comment 054-257-1061 054-257-1061. All right, so before I took the calls, remember I told you that the Trust Sports Emporium was organizing something really, really fun. Ray, so this Saturday is a very important day. So there's a marathon, but there's also something happening. If you don't want to go and run on Saturday, right, the Trust Sports Emporium is organizing a wonderful event called the Trust Wellness Festival. Right, the Trust Wellness Festival is happening this Saturday at the Trust Sports Emporium, Kolebu Traffic Lights, or what we popularly call the Bukom Boxing Arena, for those who are trying to understand where all of this is or what all of this is about. That's what's happening at the Trust Sports Emporium. We've been joined by a very good friend, Madam Shirley Akwa Harrison. She's MD of the Trust Sports Emporium, and she joins us to talk a bit more about the Trust Wellness Festival. Madam Shelley, good morning. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you, Nathan. Good morning to your listeners.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a while.
Yes.
How are you doing? How is work?
Oh, work is fine. Work
is wonderful.
Well, yes.
Great. Talk to us about the Trust Wellness Festival. I remember a few months ago when we were talking about exercise and recreation. I remember I got a message. It was Gary who sent it to me. And I think it was a message that I think you sent to him and he forwarded to me that the transport and very often had exercise and aerobics and all. So just tell us a bit about the Wellness Festival. What's it all about and all that?
Okay, it's just something we came up with as a bit of helping society. We realize that a lot of people these days do not have time to actually exercise.
That is true.
And most people are sedentary throughout the day. So what we decided is that if people cannot be going to the gym every time, at least once a month, come do some exercises, bond with people, listen to some health professionals talk to you so you know how to move on. So we started this thing in June last year.
Okay.
And it used to be the first Saturday of every month. However, because of the sanitation day that has been introduced for first Saturdays of every month, we've moved it to the last Saturdays of every month. So it's actually a free program. People just walk in. You don't need to pay anything. You walk in and our instructors take them through aerobics. After, there are different forms of games that they play. Then there's a health talk as well. And we like to encourage people who have products that have to do with health to just come and set up. It's something that we're doing for just the country. So we don't charge anything. You just come in. We rather serve you with water to help you do your exercise.
Yes, to hydrate and all. I see. So you mentioned that it started in June last year.
Yes.
So which means every month since then you've organized.
Yes, it's only in December that we didn't because the first Saturday was falling on the election day. So we didn't do it in December.
I see. So when I show up on Saturday, what exactly am I going to see or do?
Okay, so we start with aerobics. And after,
wait, are you listening? Aerobics.
Yes.
I'm sorry. After the aerobics.
No, I like that one.
I know you like aerobics.
After the aerobics, there are various things. CrossFit. There are some sports challenges, etc. that we do, and then there's the talk, as I mentioned. So this Saturday we'll be talking about posture.
Oh, posture.
So, yes, posture and the effect of how we sit, how we stand, etc. on our health. So that's what we'll be talking about this Saturday. And then after, as I said, there are people who set up various things. Some set up fruit juice, some set up. There's this lady who came to sell sweet potato gari once. Yes, so
very good.
There are various things that people come to sell. So that's what you will see when you come. And we start at 7 exactly. Previously, we were starting at 6, but people were not coming on time. So we had people waiting till like 7 before we start. So now we are starting at 7, and exactly at 7 we'll start. It's something for families. So you can come with your children, with your husband, with your wife, anybody at all, friends. And we actually even encourage corporates to come together as a team to come and exercise. Yeah.
Great stuff. So it's happening this Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. 7 is 7 with Ghana people. Don't show up at 8. By the time you get there, they would have started exercising. So 7 is 7.
We'll be there.
7 is 7. So as you heard, dance aerobics, step board aerobics, endurance challenges, CrossFit and all. That's what's happening. So are the instructors in-house or you are bringing them from outside?
They are in-house. Okay. You know, we have a gym and we also have a physio inside the establishment. So our in-house instructors are the ones who are going to actually take everybody through the exercises and all. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Ray, do you have a question?
Oh, well, I'm excited about it because we've always been talking about how expensive going to the gym is. And all.
That's something you see all the time.
Yeah, so if it's free, we like it free, and we're gonna get instructors to take us through a few things and also.
But our gym is not expensive. Yes, our gym is not expensive because it's for the community.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So then later we have to go.
We need to. The only challenge is now we have to ferry ourselves there.
Okay, so there's this thing that we have as well for people who cannot come there. We do on-site aerobics, and you have a very
we
good
have
space here, so we can actually come and do it here for you if you can't come over there. We just need to have at least 10 people interested to do it. Then we'll come and do it for
We
you.
like it there.
You like
You
it?
like
because you see a lot. You see a lot.
Yeah,
of things
yeah,
here
that's
when
what
you
we're
come
talking
here.
about.
So we should go there.
Yeah, so I can.
We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it later.
She knows what we like.
Madam Shelley, so I'm just curious. So the gym is open every day?
It's open every day with the exception of Sunday.
Okay. I see. And people come in, people
come.
sign up.
Yes.
And they are coming in.
Have to go there.
We do need to go there, Ray.
Let me see. Oh, we'll go
It's
there.
a very big gym, very spacious. Yes, very spacious.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
And everything we like is there.
Everything you like and more.
Ray, I cannot believe. What do you like? Would you want to tell the
The
public?
equipment,
The equipment,
like
the
bench
instructors,
press,
the bench
you know, the
people who appear on Zoom as well.
Zoom.
Like this morning. Yeah.
Like,
you know.
Ray, I cannot believe. Anyway, Madam Shelley, away from all of this, how is life at the Emporium? How has it been?
It's been okay, quite relaxed, but things are moving on.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
No, usually because of the ban, we go through a slow period and then it starts to pick from July. So it started picking up.
Yeah. The last big event was Shaf Mohammed's event, right?
Yes.
How was I couldn't be there in person. I watched the whole thing on television. It must have been a big day for you. The crowd, the numbers.
It was really a big day. Unfortunately, I wasn't there myself because I buried my brother that very day.
Condolences.
So thank you very much. So I wasn't able to be there, but from what my team tells me, it was a huge thing. But we are always able to act our best when we have events. So it was really under control. Yeah.
So since we have gone there, let me stay.
I knew, right?
Oh no, I was there. You know, so during events, what role does the Emporium play in terms of managing the crowd and managing the numbers in the stadium, in the match venue?
Yes.
Let me put it that way.
Okay, so if it is not our event, then the person who is doing the event is responsible for security, and we have a meeting before to let them understand that depending on the number of people you are bringing in, this is what has to be done, this is what has to be done. Yeah, so we do that to ensure that what we do is, if we know that the people are going to be a lot, then we bring in extra security just to take care of the cars that are parked outside to prevent anyone breaking into anyone's car. Yeah.
No, I'm concerned about the safety of those the patrons. Okay, because at that event, if there was a stampede, there was not going to be a way out for anybody.
Yeah.
It was always going to be very difficult because all the exits, all the entrances were blocked. There were human beings everywhere.
You mean so many people showed up?
So many people showed up. So it was oversubscribed. So no way to enter, no way to come out. It was that bad. So I was concerned about the managing the numbers.
Yeah.
How many people can fit in there? How many people should be there? Because clearly it got chaotic at a point.
Yeah, there were lots of people. So how many people can the Emporium hold?
The boxing arena.
Yes, let's say
hold
the arena.
3,500.
So 3,500 people can sit comfortably. One man, one seat.
One man, one seat.
Okay.
Yes, and we always tell them, and with the Sharaf event, because I wasn't there, I cannot, and this is the first time I'm hearing this, so I'll do my investigations to find out what happened. Because usually what we say is that if you are expecting more than the 3,500 can hold, we have the forecourt. So you can set up some screens there for people to sit there. Because boxing is something that we realize people love a lot. So almost every fight that we have had is usually oversubscribed. So we give them that opportunity. So if you come to our place and you are coming to book the forecourt for an event and there's a boxing on that day, we don't rent out the forecourt.
Of course, because there could be a spillover.
Yes. So we never rent the forecourt when there's an event at the boxing arena. But when there's an event in any other place, but when there's a boxing and sometimes even musical shows, we don't rent out the forecourt. So this was something that we had a discussion with. So I don't know why that was not done actually, and I'll do my investigations.
Yeah.
And
So you have to create safe zones.
Yes.
So there are areas that nobody will stand to watch. Nobody will stand.
Nobody
to block.
goes there.
Yeah, nobody goes
They
there.
are not supposed to actually stand in the
in those
entrance.
walkways. Yeah,
So I don't know why they were standing
was completely
there. So
blocked.
thank you for telling me this. We'll work on that.
And then the crowd.
What is your problem?
No, I think no. You see, since
you were there, there.
Yeah, so since we are trying to find a way
Sanitize
to
the whole thing,
I think that there should be body checks as well.
Yes.
Body checks before the.
Some people are coming in.
Yeah, they come in because you see, Nathan, you are watching a boxing bout and you are inhaling all sorts of things.
Yeah, inhaling all kinds of.
Yeah, you know, you are inhaling. You understand?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so maybe we would have moving forward. We would have to look at that as well.
Yeah.
And then another observation: there was a fight in the crowd. Now I had to take because of how they were packed together. I don't know how that happened. It took the military man, you know, he had to practically clear his way to get there. It wasn't easy for him to access, meaning that it was so oversubscribed that I think that you would have to find a way to manage the numbers, because if it happens like that, the facilities get stressed.
Yes.
You know, at the end of the day, it's the facilities that get stressed. So maybe if we know the bout is going to be oversubscribed, let's properly put in place measures that would make sure the oversubscription doesn't affect the facilities, doesn't put pressure on the facilities, you know. Because I mean, it's small. It's a small facility, but we have to find a way to manage it so that it lasts.
Yes. So going back to the main topic, Madam Shelley. So 7 a.m. Saturday to 10. The Trust Wellness Festival. Yes. So you heard it. You heard it here. 7 a.m. That's when you have to be there. Sporty. Come and exercise. You haven't exercised in a while, listeners. You've been sitting down. You don't do anything. You walk a few steps to your car.
We are all going.
You walk a few steps to your car, a few steps to your office. When you are home, you are lying down. When you are in your office, you are sitting. Please go out there. We are all guilty. Let's go out there and exercise.
We have been walking.
I know. You've been walking.
I do 15,000 steps a day.
That's good.
Anyway, Madam Shelley, so are there any people you are partnering, any external people you are partnering to do this weekend's events, the Trust Wellness
No, we are not partnering anyone. But anyone who wants to come on board is welcome to come on board. And anyone who wants to reach out can reach out on 059 974 5705.
Okay. Can you mention that again?
059 974 5705.
Okay, that's the number on which they can get to speak to you or speak to the Emporium. Wonderful. It should be fun on Saturday.
I'm just getting information that it looks like the Sharaf's event, it was a free gate.
Yes, it was a free gate.
So then
that must have caused
the numbers.
Because if it were ticketed, you know, when you ticket an event, it's almost like a barrier.
Exactly.
So some people can get through, some people can't. And once you run out of tickets, that's the end. So
so that explains why
the numbers.
It was filled to Charlie.
I was happy with the fact that the Emporium got a lot of publicity because the event was on cable TV. It was on DSTV, so it went global. And I'm happy that you had a company like DAZN coming on, right? But I do agree with you, because even when I watched it at home, I looked at the crowd and I got a little worried that should anything bad happen, it wouldn't look good. But I'm happy nothing happened. I'm even happier that the Emporium got a lot of advertisement. So that's just our feedback, genuine feedback that we are sharing.
And the last one, the boxers changing rooms.
Yes.
You know, I'm walking by and I can see the boxers in there. You know, so it's outside.
Yes.
It's outside, so you can see them. You can see them in there. I don't know why they designed it that way. You can virtually see the boxers in there doing their little exercise and all. You see people in there as well. I don't know why the dressing rooms are there. I mean that won't be your creation, but
that's just the design.
Yeah, the design. But
anyway, it's just feedback.
So maybe you would have to close it up, because ideally I shouldn't be walking by and seeing all the boxers in there. Okay, so that's boxer, like, you know.
It's not.
I don't know if it's a changing room or a waiting room or something. But that's where all the boxers are. Under the thing. Outside Emporium.
Before they go in.
Between the conference center and the boxing arena.
Yeah,
a blue building.
Yeah, blue building. Yes.
Between that.
yes.
Yeah, that's the changing.
Yeah, that's the changing room.
That's
See,
the changing room.
So when you're
So you believe it has to be like blocked off,
it should be blocked
covered.
off.
Okay.
So nobody sees the boxers in there, the surprise element and everything. So I was seeing the boxers in there before.
What were you doing there?
That's the question I was about to ask.
I was
So you're doing a reporter's work.
I was doing a reporter's
snooping
work.
around.
I was looking at everything.
I like that. That's good. That's why we say
good feedback. We'll take it on. Yeah.
Anyway, Madam Shirley Akwa Harrison, thank you so much for joining us. It's good. She came in to talk about the Trust Wellness Festival. It's happening this Saturday, and you said it happened every month. Every last Saturday.
Yes.
Of every month. So if you are listening, you have to go this weekend. If you can, target the next one. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Fitness instructors, go in, do some aerobics, jump about, swing your arms, move your body.
From the talks as well.
Yes, and they have health talks. You learn a thing. Or this weekend, I'm talking about posture. All my guys who've been texting me, your back is because you are sitting on either bad chairs or you are not sitting down properly.
Yeah.
So go and listen. It will help you and save your life. Thank you so much, Madam Shirley Akwa Harrison. She's MD of the Trust Sports Emporium, or the place we popularly call the Bukum Boxing Arena. People don't know that's the official name. The Trust Sports Emporium. Thank you so much. We'll speak again soon.
Nathan, last one. The last one. It's when I was approaching the Emporium.
Yes.
Right from where the bridge, the drain, the sewages, to the Emporium, all over. The street lights were off.
How's that one there?
So she has to champion. She
should push hard.
No, the street lights were off.
Oh, yeah.
And the place was so dark. So I don't know. There are lots of cars on the road too. So I don't know how safe it was for everybody.
Yeah.
So I left my car in Melvin Pit, and I found my way there. So I drove all the way there. I didn't get parking space.
And then you came back.
And I didn't want to leave it just anywhere because everywhere was dark.
And then
I went back. So maybe you have to speak to the.
With AME.
Yes, AME should do. They should come and fix it. It's not.
How they fix the traffic lights too?
That's what I do.
On the junction.
Yeah, the intersection, the Kolibu intersection.
It started working, but yesterday went off again.
I see.
Because
for many months, that light was hanging. There was one that hangs quite dangerously in the air somewhere.
And if they don't fix the traffic light, the street light will give them pressure because it's not safe. It doesn't make anybody safe out there.
Of course.
Yeah.
We want to go and enjoy
our boxing, leave our cars anywhere and be fine. But when the lights don't work, they must work. It's not just about clearing hawkers on the street.
They have to fix the traffic lights and the street lights. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
This is Sporty FM.
See breakfast. This is still the Sporty Breakfast. You can send me a comment 0542571061 0542571061. Before we leave though, we have a very interesting interview to do. We'll do some cycling. What, Raymond, do you cycle? Have you ever sat on a bike before? Ray?
To buy that bike.
You know?
I can't afford that bike.
You can't afford that bike.
You know the bike? The fiber something.
The fiber.
Something.
I see.
You can't use Buzanga for this one.
Okay. So talking about that, we've been joined by a very interesting young woman. She wants to do something absolutely amazing. We've been joined by Diawara Afwe Yasmin, aka Day the Changemaker. DAY, of course, her initials, and she's doing something very, very interesting. Diawara, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Thank you for having me.
She's decked out in her cycling gear and all of that. Diawara, why are you trying to do all of this? Like, just take us through the ideas you have, what you want to do. I know I'm told you want to cycle from, is it Cote d'Ivoire to South Africa?
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah, thank you. So the why is to spread, to share a message that to me is important. It's like a reminder to all my young mates and to everyone that there is no limit to what we can do.
Okay.
Like, we're extremely talented to an extent that sometimes we underestimate. And the message is, whatever dream that is inside you, and maybe your circumstances feel like you have your how do we say, your wings folded, or like you cannot reach what you envision. Like, do not underestimate what you have in you. You have what it takes to get there. Yeah, that's the message.
I see. So you decided that you were going to defy the odds and hop on a bicycle and go from Abidjan to South Africa. Where is it? Joburg?
No, it's Cape Town.
So Cape Town,
at the Cape of Good Hope.
Cape of Good Hope.
Yeah, you see the message, right?
I get it. So have you? I'm assuming you've started the journey. So once you are in Accra, that is one small part of it gone. How has it been?
Yeah, it's been a lot of different roads, good roads, bad roads. And sometimes when you're on the bad road, you're like, hey, when are we going to have the very good roads, right? But yeah, it's also been a lot of encounters. That's what is always interesting when you are doing such a trip. You meet people who are so open to welcome you, to share what they have with you. That's the most beautiful experience, actually. The human experience in it. And because the physical, you are on it. When you start reflecting on what you're gonna do, you already know that you're going to suffer on the uphill, enjoy the downhills, but then meet a lot of great people.
I see. Are you doing it alone, or you have a team? I see there's a fellow cyclist here.
Yes.
Chairman, what's your name? Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
I'm Michael Tobome.
Okay.
I'm Beninese.
Okay, you are Beninese.
Yes.
I spent 1 year in Benin. Studying for my first degree. I lived in Cotonou for 1 year.
So you speak French?
Je parle français.
Salut à tous. Bonjour.
Merci. Bonjour à toi aussi.
I see. Michael, so you are with Diawara on this trip?
Yes.
I see. Great. Why did you decide to join it? You could be home doing other things, but why did you decide to join Diawara on this very interesting journey?
Excuse me for my English.
That's okay.
Last year I did Benin, from Benin to Ivory Coast.
Okay.
By bicycle. And I had a dream. My dream is discover all Africa country. If I understand she want to go to South Africa. I see a occasion to support her and do my dream, make my dream.
I see. You also want to borrow the French, réaliser le rêve.
Ouais.
Ah bon? Okay.
Oui.
That's me. Ray, don't you want to join them?
Oh, but if they'll give me a bicycle, I'll join them.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
By the time you are done, you won't be able to walk for weeks.
I can walk.
You can walk.
I'm a strong man.
I see.
I love that.
Yeah. So just run me through. So how's an average day for you like?
Yeah.
When do you start? When do you take breaks?
Yes.
Do you have like a daily target in terms of, okay, I need to get to this point at this time? Just tell us.
Yes, exactly. So, for example, if I take a ride from Suhum to Accra, right, I think. So we wake up around, it was a ride of about 60 kilometers. So we'll wake up around 6 a.m. Time to get ready to eat some cocoa so that we have some strength and we might start maybe around 8 because 60 is okay for a ride. It's not long as 90 kilometers where you will want to wake up maybe start at 6:30 so that you do the maximum kilometer before we get to noon. So when we start at 8, then we might ride and have maybe break at 10. Like if we did, for example, 20 kilometers, we might take a break, drink some water, buy some stuff that we see, maybe a banana to get some energy up. And then we continue until 12. At 12, I really love to take breaks. Like I'll take a break from 12 to 2 p.m.
Wow.
Yes, so I can even take nap.
I see.
I'll ask to the sister.
Prenez la pause.
C'est ça. Vous faire même la sieste.
La sieste. I remember when we were in Benin, it was the first time I met the idea of the sieste. So we go to class at 12.
Yeah.
We go to class until 12.
Yeah.
And then we break till 2. The first one I said, what kind of break is this? But after some time I began to love it.
So you don't have that break?
No. It's not part of Ghanaian life.
What? So how is it?
You work the whole day.
Okay.
Travail toute la journée. On prend pas la pause.
So we prend la pause. We took the break from 12 to 2 because also the sun is very harsh at this time. So you want to like take your break and breathe a little, and then we start back maybe around 2 or 2:30, and we continue until maybe we might arrive. If it's a 60 kilometer with the time that I gave, maybe we might arrive. If the road is good, maybe by 7:30 we might be where we want to go.
Where you want to.
But if you have some bad road, then it could be 6:30, taking a little bit of time.
Great. So how long do you think it's going to take you Abidjan jusqu'à Cape Town?
So I think it's going to take about 5 months.
5 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
5 months on the road. You are crossing different borders.
Exactly.
Are these countries you know? Because I'm sure there are places you don't know.
Yeah. Yes, there are places I don't know. Like, for example, I discovered Drobo, Sunyani. I'm so happy about that. But yeah, today we're going to Tema. And actually, if someone is listening and want to host us in Tema, we are very open to sleep at someone's house. But yeah, so I'm going to be in places that I don't know. And what we try to do is having our the friends sleeping maybe at friends of our friends, or someone might tell us, maybe I know someone in that town where you're going, you can sleep at their place. And it's a lot of discovery in the country that I'm crossing. I've been in Ghana for 3 times, and once even 2 years ago in July 2023 I was here. I did Abidjan Accra by bicycle.
Wow.
It was about a week trip, but this time I went the north to the south, so it was longer. But so I've been to Ghana, to Benin also, Nigeria, but Cameroon also. But after Cameroon, I've not been to Congo, so I'll see Congo for the first time, and I'm excited about that. I will also see Namibia. I'm excited about that, and Angola, and then South Africa also, where I've never been.
Great. So as you said, so I take it you have contacts in all the countries you're going to?
We are trying, we're trying to get contact. So we contacted the Ivorian Cycling Federation. The president of that federation is also the president of Pan-African Federation. So they contacted every president of federation in each country. So it facilitates actually the contact that we can have in some countries. So they might give us all the contact for media, for example, for to host
accommodation, those things. Great. Finally, at the end of all of this, what do you hope to achieve? You've spoken about what is driving you. You want to explore, you want to defy the odds, you want to do the unthinkable, blah, blah, blah. At the end, when you get to South Africa, what do you hope to achieve after all of this?
I love it. So first of all, materially, it's going to be the documentary that I want to produce. And the documentary, it does not show only Yasmin cycling, but young change makers that I meet in the community where I go. So for example, here we had a meetup with global shapers and some entrepreneurs here. So the idea of the documentary is to highlight young change makers in their communities who are doing something, who are bringing a solution for the community's problem. The idea being that whatever we are living in, we have a way to solve issues. We have a way to, in the same message. So that's what I want to achieve. And I hope also, something that I want to achieve also is to be able to spread the message the way I'm doing like this. So having the support of media, getting into events to spread the word and get people to know what this movement is about.
Great stuff. Wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Michael, we wish you the very best as well. You guys take care of yourselves, huh?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I hope you don't face any challenges. We'll keep up. We'll try to see. Do give us updates as and when and whenever we can speak.
Okay.
I'm sure we can speak live on radio.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. It's great.
Wonderful.
You were so responsive and that's also what is the support that we need. Thank you so much.
Great. We wish you the very best. I'm sure we'll keep an eye on what you're doing. Diawara Afwe Yasmin, aka Change the Change Maker, and Michael here, co-cyclist. They are moving from Abidjan to Cape Town. I wish I could join them. It sounds like a fun trip, but maybe we'll do that next time. Guys, take care. I wish you the very best. Bon chance and safe trip.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
That's how I wrap it up this morning on the Sporty Breakfast.